What's going on, everybody? Hello. Yes, you doing a busted challenge. Mizzle, you. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? He said, "Don't be doing a challenge." Yes, Lord. Yes, you doing a busted challenge. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Queens Real Talk with a gentleman's perspective. Let me start my camera. Let me take this off so y'all can see all of our beautiful, beautiful faces. I have a lag on my end. Hopefully I don't have a lag on y'all's end. Hey, y'all, what's going on? All the friends, all the family. Brandy, executive counsel. What's going on, sis? I miss you. We thank you for coming through and joining us. Y'all let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if we have a good feedback going. Y'all don't hear any echoing or anything. Y'all hear me okay? If I need to put my earphones in, put my mic on, any of that, let me know, okay? Shout out to everybody that's already in the building coming in. As you come in, make sure y'all are giving us a thumbs up. Make sure y'all are sharing us out. Make sure y'all are telling y'all people them, y'all folk them about us, okay? On Sunday night, This is where we at. It's something to do. You ain't got to sit at the house and be bored and watch the boring old housewives. Come join the party. You ain't even got to watch them boring ass housewives. You can just tune into our baby bro Mizzle and get all the tea from him. Okay, right. Just like that.
But no, it's BYOB. What's going
on? BYOB. Before we get into everything, speaking of BYOB, what y'all drinking on tonight?
Oh,
yes.
I'm drinking out of my Cola James original, y'all. Okay, get into it. I'm drinking a little bit of watermelon margarita tonight. What y'all sipping on tonight?
Oh, I'm drinking on some Tecate. I was feeling la bamba, so I went got me some Tecate.
That sounds exotic. It's dark liquor. I don't really drink it, but it sounds exotic.
No, it's a beer. It's a beer.
Oh, I don't drink that either. Well, earlier
Brandy say it's her birthday tomorrow. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mizzle. I cut you off.
No, happy birthday, Brandy. Happy birthday, Big Sis, Black Diamond. Happy birthday, y'all.
Libra season. What's up, y'all?
Yes. I was drinking Mike wine cooler earlier. Yeah, I was drinking that earlier. Now I'm drinking juice right now, but after this, I'll probably get another bottle. The third on wine cooler.
Okay. Let me put this in.
Tracy, what you drinking? Tracy, I have to see.
Trying to make sure I share us out on everything. Yes, Tracy, what you drinking?
You know, I don't really drink that much, so I'm just drinking, some Ciroc, some apple Ciroc, something light.
You don't drink that once. Oh, something
light.
Yes.
Light, little Ciroc.
Something light. Heavy on the Ciroc, light on the chaser. How I do.
I feel you the way you're supposed to do it. Already the way you're supposed to do it. If y'all trying to figure out what I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm trying to share this out as we are talking, and I have a lag on my end. Do y'all have a lag on y'all's end at all? Are y'all up and running okay?
StreamYard was doing that lately because in my video it was lagging the video.
Okay.
But on our end, we good. We hear you. Brandy got wine coolers. Yes, it can't do nothing wrong. I know people say that Kool-Aid drinks, but oh well, it's good for me.
Listen, it depends on the wine cooler, depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Drink enough
if
of
it's like them Seagrams, you know them Seagrams that we like, Mizzle. Yeah. If it's them Seagrams, then I can take back a couple of them to the head and I'll be straight with it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's the wine coolers we used to drink back and all of that. Yeah. You say some what?
You're gonna take some of this a lot.
Listen, I'm about to take some of this Ciroc and pour it in Mizzle wine cooler because I'm trying to get him on marriage boot camp. Me and him, we a couple. We've been together 7 years. Okay, we about to try and have this baby.
Listen,
for 100K, we about to make this work.
If y'all have not already, check out my review for Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. The new season started this past Thursday. The new couples on there are gonna get on y'all's damn nerves. I'm gonna let y'all know now. But according to Noriega, they get 200K and is it 200K? I don't know if it's a season or an episode, but they get paid a lot of doggone money just for appearing on that show. So what we figured, Sir Neale, is that you would be my husband, okay? Tracy and Mizzle are gonna be a couple. We gonna go on there, split the money, and we all.
I'm down. I'm down. Wow. Remember, I told y'all I did this for Jerry Springer with my transsexual friend. I played a whole boyfriend, got the expenses paid, got that little bitty check, but it was fun as fuck. And that shit was all lies, so let's get it.
That's what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Government out here sticking it to our ass. We gotta get a way. We can get it out here, try to get it the legal way some kind of way. You feel me?
Right.
Anything we gotta goddamn do.
Sure.
Look, I got this planned out in my head. I got to play it out in my head, right? So Amber fell out on the sidewalk when she realized that, her man, liked men too. So Mizzle, you could just do it in your confessional, right? And then I could fall out on the floor in the room in the middle of the thing and act a nut buck, and then y'all could come console me, and I could be like, I can't sleep in the room with him. Or listen, cut all the way up.
Girl, I had no idea.
Oh, well, I had no idea. I said,
I got this planned out.
You didn't know, you didn't know all of that. You didn't know all of this.
Nope.
Coming out that
Nope, not at all.
Wait,
girl, that's so
I'm gonna
play the fuck
he said
man
he was
Hurston.
just saving it till he got married. That's all.
Yes.
He just said he was saving himself to marriage. That's all. That's what I thought in my mind. You know, that's it.
Listen, okay. A deep down, I want to be an actress, okay? So, Sir Neale, all I need is to keep a white onion in my pocket and think about something and draw them emotions, and you can be that cheating ass.
I'm a cheating ass.
Bad.
I believe in having multiple bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's my main one. She got my kid. I'm gonna have my legs all spread, like, and I'm stomping and shit, slapping my legs. I'm gonna be like, you can't talk to me like that. I don't do this therapy shit.
And I'm gonna say, but I love him though, and I just don't know how to let it go.
She ain't going nowhere.
I love him. He think I ain't going nowhere, but I'm gonna leave. I promise I'm gonna leave. But I just love him.
I'm gonna be crying and be like, I understand what I did was wrong, and I love my woman. In the eyes of God, and I'm gonna do right by her and my kids.
It's a whole ass hot ass mess, y'all. If y'all have not watched Marriage Boot Camp, please go and watch it. Okay, if you don't want to watch it, watch my review. Okay, the link is in somewhere around up in here. If not, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bells, and you will know whenever we got some good shit popping. Okay, y'all. For tonight, we got a lot to talk about tonight. It's a lot, but it's it's not too much. Some entertainment, of course. Y'all already know. We're gonna get into the latest in this week's celebrity news and gossip.
Second bullet point.
You know, y'all lean to the side. Miss lean to the side. We got you to the hey.
When we new edition, every little step I take, you will be there.
Yeah, some topics that we are getting into tonight. First of all, Dave Chappell is getting a lot of backlash for his latest Netflix special. Some comments that he made in the Netflix special as it regards to the baby. We're going to talk about that. Earlier this week, some shit went down with Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. I don't know what was going on because I was at work. I thought I was having internet issues, and so I didn't think nothing of it until I got on Twitter and a whole bunch of shit went down. We'll talk about that. We'll give an update on R. Kelly. This nigga is dropping names. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I want to know, but then again, I have my own opinions about that, so we'll briefly give an update about that. An Ohio police officer is under investigation for dragging a paraplegic man by his dreads from his car. Okay, we're going to get into that. We're also going to get into a Texas teen who opens fire in an Arlington school. The family claims that it was bullying, but after a whole bunch of other tea has been spilled, after a whole bunch of other evidence and stuff like that has been coming out, we're going to talk about that. We're going to give our thoughts and our opinions on that. Also, we are going to talk about British Williams. If y'all don't know who British Williams is, she is from Love and Hip Hop. No, she's from Basketball Wives. That's what she was, from Basketball Wives. She's been arrested out here for scamming the girls. Okay, she was out here fab on fraud. We're going to talk about that. And also, we're going to talk about the NBA players have been scamming their insurance for some millions, over $4 million, y'all. Professional NBA retired players out here pull up in a demon on guard, out here doing some fucking fraud. We're going to talk about that. And lastly, we are going to close with our game. Shout out to Mizzle, the threesome F Buddy One Night Stand. Y'all, this is R&B Soul Chocolate City Edition, okay? We got some chocolate to choose from tonight.
Yes. Nice.
Some chocolate. Y'all will not be disappointed by this selection at all, okay? All right. So, y'all, let's get into the first topic. Oh, yeah, some good old chocolate, girl. You know, we love us some chocolate around here. First of all, the first topic that we're going to get into tonight, y'all, Dave Chappell. Dave Chappell just recently did a Netflix special. Y'all know he does Netflix specials. Now, I've watched pretty much all of them, but surprisingly, I have not watched this recent Netflix special of his that he's done. It's called The Closer, okay? But point of the matter is he made some comments during this Netflix special that caused him to go trending. Excuse me, y'all, I've been drinking already. I've been drinking for about 2 days in a row now. Shout out to my oldest sis. Me and baby sis, pause for a minute. Wednesday is my oldest sister's birthday. Shout out to Black Diamond War. She's going to be 51 years old. That's my oldest sister. I love her with all my heart and my soul. And I hope my body, yaddy, looks like hers when I'm 51 years old, okay? So y'all take a moment and say happy birthday to my sister. Happy birthday, Black Diamond World.
Wow.
Tomorrow is Brandy's birthday. So shout out to Brandy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So I've been drinking for 2 days in a row, y'all.
Oh,
She invested in
so I might stumble on my words a little bit. I might run some shit together, but that's all right. Y'all love me. Y'all got my back. And it is what it is. Oh, shucky, dagga. It's so silly. Anyway, Dave Chappell made some comments about the baby. Okay, now y'all know the baby. Well, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. I knew about it, but I didn't think it was a big. I mean, it wasn't until Dave Chappell said something about it that I actually thought about it. Was like, you know what? He is right. The baby shot somebody in a Walmart. It came off as self-defense. I don't know if he actually killed the dude or not, but he did shoot somebody. Okay, and it wasn't that publicized. But it wasn't until he made the comments on that Rolling Out concert about the LGBTQ community that now he's a part of this cancel culture. Dave Chappelle made a reference to that in his comedy special. He basically said, the baby was out here shooting niggas and it wasn't no big thing, but he said something about a gay person and he got all this backlash for it. So basically, you can shoot a nigga, but don't piss a gay person off, or basically they gonna say fuck you and they gonna cancel your ass out here. Okay, that was basically in somewhat context of what the comment was that Dave Chappelle said. Why he got a lot of backlash for it, I don't know. In my personal opinion, I don't feel like what he said was a bad thing. And like I said, it wasn't until he said that I actually put the two together. Like, you know what, he is right, because the baby did shoot somebody. He could have killed the motherfucker out here, but he insulted a whole community, and it took for that insult of the whole community for people to then want to cancel him. Aside from him shooting somebody, y'all know he punched a bitch in the face at a concert or something too. Like, he been out here doing a whole bunch of fuckboy shit. So, big bro, Sir Neale, or baby bro, I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on what Dave Chappelle said? Do you feel like he should be a part of the cancel culture because of what he said? And do you feel like he's right? The baby can get away with one thing, or black folks, we're okay with one thing, but when it comes to something totally different, or you insulting something that could be personal to us, then we'll take offense to it, and then we'll put you a part of this cancel culture and take action. What are your thoughts on that?
And mention the other trans community.
Oh, who's going, man?
Oh, the trans community as well. Yeah.
Wait, before y'all start.
So Neale, what were you saying?
Before y'all start, he did kill that person. That person died.
Oh, he killed them.
Yeah, okay. What I was going to say is, first of all,
yes, the person died.
I had no idea. I know he shot somebody, but I didn't know he killed that person. That made what Dave said all even more the real. Okay, go ahead, Sir Neale. I'm sorry.
I think the public is a little bit too sensitive. What Dave Chappelle said was not that bad. It's comedy. Put your back into it. You're muted, Auntie. Can you hear me now?
I'm what? Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But that whole cancel culture shit is out of hand. You can have the smallest infraction and everybody just jumps on the shit, and they just want to be on the bandwagon, okay? But on the same thing, like you were saying, the baby talks about shooting niggas if you run up, fuck bitches and all that. And that's where I think Dave Chappelle stumbled over his toes, because you're using the black defense against the LGBTQ community. But if you're supporting the baby, what is he giving to the black community? He's giving us nothing but poison. He's not giving us anything fruitful. he's telling the nigga, look at my diamonds, look at my chain. You fuck nigga, you ain't got this. I'll steal your bitch. I'll shoot you up. All these violent things. So that's where I think Dave Chappelle should have thought that out. I know it was a joke, but you're promoting this man besides him saying something salacious on stage, that's a whole other thing. He is that you can't say gangster rapper, but that thug image, and him saying that will promote outrage to other LGBT people, you know what I'm saying? Because his followers, are now taking on, what he's saying. They're supporting that. I mean, they dress like him, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's name is baby this, baby that, So it's a catch-22, damned if I don't, damned if I do, but he needs some PR training, and he needs I don't know if he need a Barbara Walters or a Gail sit down or something, you know what I'm saying? Because he has a lot of pent up aggression, just like all these niggas that hate homosexuals so much, they always talk about homosexuals. So we need to figure that out right there. But Dave Chappelle, he can't be canceled. He's a comedian, you know what I'm saying? But there's a point where he just did it to be like, look at me, I'm saying this. And it overlooked the whole special. I'm sure he has other funny jokes that have nothing to do with homosexuality or rappers. Here we go. You're muted, Auntie.
Mizzle, what are your thoughts? Hey, Auntie.
Hey y'all, and Black Diamond mentioned that Miss 42, one of our panelists, her birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Miss 42. That's big news right there.
And I wanted you to mention the other comment, because most of what I was seeing online was basically about the trans comment, not so much about what he talked about the baby and the LGBT community. What he said about the trans community, that was the comment. And then I will talk about that. Can you mention that comment? And then I'll explain mine.
Oh, we need it verbatim?
Yeah, what he said about the trans community. That's what the most I heard about the.
Oh no, the roundabout is he was saying that transsexuals should get over straight men not wanting them. Stop trying to come on to straight men, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I don't get the backlash. I don't get the backlash. Because even both of us who part of the community itself, I ain't took it as an offense and like that. At the end of the day, what he said is kind of true. I mean, people do cancel in one area and overlook other ones. Shooting is a big thing. Killing someone is a big thing. And that's not something you take lightly. But y'all don't get outraged over that. But y'all got outraged of saying some few things. Now, what the baby said, yes, I understand the outrage, because he did not just offend the community. He offended another group of community who's the part of the HIV/AIDS community. That's all inclusive, not just the LGBTQ community. So that's something else on top of what else he said. So it was more than that impacted. But I do agree. Everything that's mentioned about the community, sometimes people do always say, oh, cancel this, cancel that. We can't be canceling everybody if you go. It's like, it's going to be here. If you're going to be included in your shows and TV shows and stuff like that and whatever, this don't be all sensitive for everything. Yeah, some things, but not everything. Now, with the trans comment, let's be for real. Nobody's obligated to date anyone. No matter if you're trans or you're straight or gay or you're lesbian, nobody's obligated to date anyone. So, yes, just because you're a trans woman or a trans man doesn't mean someone in the opposite sex has to date you. If they want to, it's your choice. It's like that. And not because you have to date you because they need to date you. If they want to date you, you just be up straight or honest with them that you're trans, and then let's take it from there. Some of them be okay with it, some not. So you're not obligated. So when y'all told me the comments, I was like, because I didn't watch the special either. And I would say, what did he say? Because I don't understand what everybody was so outraged about. And now I'm hearing it. I said, I don't take that as an outcry. Unless y'all tell me something else that he said. Other than that, that's it. I don't think he should be asking. And I like his response. He said, if this is what I said, take out cancel me, then
I mean, comedians are allowed to hit you get below the belt. Comedians talk about everything.
Because that's their job. So they do take sensitive topics and make it comedy. That's what we see them for. We don't want to. We take comedians to escape the reality, so we can laugh about things. Don't take comedians and then police their words and make it downplay and down. And we get let's deep gutter crazy and that's it. But they take this unnecessary topics, the sensitive topics, and make it comical for us to escape the reality. And that's what we go to comedy specials for, to laugh, not to say, "Oh my gosh." Because even people in the audience who he disses, they laugh about themselves. If you can't laugh about yourself, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's like Michael Blackston. He'd be like, "You black motherfucker," and he's like, "You're so dark we can't see you so black we can't see you in the dark." And I'm a dark skinned guy, so I'm busting up too, and I'm not offended at all. You know what I'm saying? And he's also making fun of himself. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's disparaging. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else said it, I'm like, if a white person said it, I'd be like, "What, bitch?" You know?
Right.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say. That's all about that.
Tracy, what are your thoughts?
So I watched the special, and the point of him doing it, and he said it was, I'm gonna address everything that people have said about me in my specials over all the specials that I've done for Netflix. And he said, I have the ability to do this because I was the one who walked away from $500 million. I walked away and I got off the bus and I walked because it didn't sit right with me. So I have the ability. I feel like I'm the person who I could say because I stand behind what I believe in, which I agree with him on that. Mm-hmm. If you're willing to walk away from $500 million, then you clearly believe wholeheartedly in what you feel is true. Because most people would not do that. Most people would take the money, tell the jokes, and go about their day. So he addressed not just the baby being able to shoot people, punch people in the face, assault security guards, and nobody had a problem until this happened. And cool. He also addressed the trans community and J.K. Rowling and them canceling. She sold about as many books as the Bible, is what he said. And the trans community decided to end her career, right? Because she didn't agree with something that they said. So it's and it really went along the lines of, well, we've been fighting this fight for decades. And his statement was very clear. We've been fighting this fight for centuries. And your movement has much more progressive than our movement ever will have, because the people who oppress us look like the people in your movement.
That's right.
And it's 100% straight facts. Mm-hmm. And the reason that a lot of people are up in arms is because it's 100% factual, and it bothers you. It bothers those specific groups of people because I don't want anybody tearing down my community, what I have going on, what I'm trying to achieve. So let's cancel and shut this up. And so I like the fact that the trans person that he was talking about in his skit, she unalived herself. But he went into this whole story about how, you know, she was his opening act. Like, he had never seen her perform, but they were really good friends and da-da-da-da-da. And he let her open up and she bombed the entire time. Like, she was terrible, but she still laughed. She still enjoyed herself. And she was just happy that, you know, he was willing to give her a chance. And he was like, every time he went to this certain place in California, he let her open up for him. He was like, you know, because they were actual friends. So when she unalived herself for some things that she had going on, but it was because the her community was going after Dave so hard, and she tried to defend him like, no, he really is an ally. He's my friend. He's doing these things behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see. You hear this commercial, you hear this comedy and you think this, but he's doing these things. And, at some point it became too much and she unalived herself. So if her family felt like, no, he's doing this in honor of, he believes in, he's a part of, he's done more for us than you'll ever imagine. Mm-hmm. It is not as publicized, but there are hard hitting points that need to be talked about. And everybody's like, oh no, he's this. And I'm like, how are you going to tell the people who he interacts with, does these things with, and is working for, doing things with behind the scenes, how someone else feels? Like, it's the whole, you have to be 100% accepting of everything I am and everything that I do with no questions asked, but we're not given the same grace, but we're both minority communities. Why the people who oppress people who look like us are in your community? And he said it very clear. He doesn't have a problem with anybody else outside of white people. So wherever white people tend to fall, that's where the bullets are going. So that's why he said he doesn't mind hitting the LGBT community because they fall in there. He don't mind hitting the Jewish community because they fall in there. Wherever white people fall and the people who oppress him is who can get a bullet. And I think it turns into, we're now looking at it differently because it's a minority community, but we both are minority communities. It's all the same.
You know what? One thing is that in the LGBTQ community, there's still racism. So I hope heterosexuals understand that there's still white people and they still say you can't come to this club. They still do the fat shaming. It's just another micro community in another micro community amongst our world. You know what I'm saying? So if he starts shooting at people, he got to understand some of us fight for our black people. Because first of all, I'm a black man first, so remember that. And then I'm gay. So don't come shooting up everybody. Just because motherfuckers may be motherfuckers.
I think people have to realize too. Y'all fail to realize. A lot of people fail to realize until it affects them. Dave Chappell is an equal opportunist when it comes to his jokes. He criticizes everybody.
Nobody's left.
Everybody. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. It don't matter if you're black. It don't matter if you're white. It don't matter if you're male or female, feminist, chauvinist, whatever. He got smoke for everybody. But he made a point to what he said, and Dahlia said this earlier. He mentioned if you don't follow their rules and have a different thoughts, then you're canceled or ostracized. And this cancel culture that's going against him now for what he said on his Netflix special is proving a point to exactly what he's saying. And what I find funny now is that people want to cancel him. Netflix done already paid the man the money. He already got paid money.
And that's why he don't give a fuck.
It's going to be reruns. So it's like he already got paid his money. So you can't take back the money that he already got paid. So what are we canceling exactly? Even if you pull it from Netflix.
This is his final, this is his final one for Netflix.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
And this is his final one. He was like, this was his. So the way it worked, he was like, this was his deal that he had with Comedy Central from the Chappell show. He moved it to Netflix. He said he would give them all of these theories and do all of this to finish out the obligation of his contract, right? So he said when he wrote it in the aspect of, I'm going to address each thing that has been a topic, and then the end of when I close it out, I'm going to wrap all the things up and address them all one final time. So if they cancel me, he was like, you cancel me. But once he said, I walked away from $500 million because I stand on my principles and what I believe, I was like, give me one other person that's walking away from $500 million just based off of their principles and beliefs. Not very many.
Come on now.
Everybody could get it and he believed it. I was like, not very many.
Baby sis in the house. What's going on, Alki Queen?
I'm only gonna be on here for a minute because I'm still waiting on my fucking food, but then I'm gonna hop back on when I'm able to get back home. I wanted sushi and I've been craving sushi the last couple of days, so I'm getting me my damn sushi.
Damn.
That does sound good as hell.
Hey, go ahead.
Right. So y'all.
Go ahead and get that sushi, girl. I ain't even mad at you with that sushi, girl. Did you have any thoughts on what Dave Chappelle said before we move on to the next thing?
Dave Chappelle said what he said. He's funny as fuck, and nobody's gonna cancel him. So that's it.
Yeah.
And there you have it. That's that on that.
And you know, it's crazy that the basic foundation is like a lot of things that we learn when we're younger, like values. Values is formed based on your own personal experience and growing up and stuff like that. And we learn from family, school, anything like that. Values is nobody's values is the same. So if we're going to get upset about someone else's values who don't look at, who judge us, and you judge them based on their values, then you just go be a lone person and just not just sit in your house and don't interact with anyone. At the end of the day, people
you're proving his point.
Values. So he said what he said is not to be sensitive, and he didn't say nothing that make it so downgrading to the community. He just said something that was proven fact. You're not obligated to be dated, and people do outcry with something, one little thing about the community, and the whole herd coming around. So we got to do better sometimes. It's like that. At the end of the day, values is something, and that's why that's what sometimes work for us. People can't get along because we all got different values and different things that
exactly right.
And we know what we respect. Some people value more money more than they value freedom. Some people value some people like the 9-to-5 mentality. Some people like to be in their own boss. It's different community and different values of everyone. So nobody gonna be the same. So and then what he said wasn't
no. That part, Dahlia, exactly right there. All right, baby sis. Exactly what not everybody will agree with you, and people don't get that these days. Nowadays, it's like if you don't agree with me, then now I want to cancel you. I want to call you out. I want to expose you. I want to tell your business. I want to say this about you, or I want to cut you down or shave you down any kind of way. And it's like that with everything nowadays, and it's sad as hell. But again, people like you said, Mizzle, we got to do better. We got to do better as a whole, and people got to stop being fucking sensitive to every goddamn thing that somebody says. It's okay for people to have an opinion. And Dave Chappell being a comedian, comedians are people that I feel like, I mean, they have to push the limit sometimes. They have to say certain things sometimes. They're comedians. What the fuck do you expect?
Reality. We look at them to escape the reality. We know it's a problem, it's an issue, but we laugh about it. And we can't laugh about it. That's what we watch the community.
Thank you. I want to go. And quite honestly, I like the comedians, like the Dave Chappelle's and the Cat Williams, and the back in the day, the Richard Pryors and the Eddie Murphy and
Paul
Tracy
Mooney.
Morgan, and Ari Spears, like the comedians that's gonna give it to you raw and say something that you might not necessarily like. You know what I'm saying? The cannibals, those kind of comedians. I like those kind of comedians because they like fuck your feelings, and it is what it is. But anyways, y'all, you scream equality, but don't practice it. Exactly that part, Dahlia. And that goes for a lot of people, not just the LGBTQ community. That goes for a lot of Black people as well. We could go on and on about that. Comedians say things we can't, but what we're thinking exactly. They say the shit that we thinking. A lot of comedians say the shit that we thinking. Some of my favorite comedians are raunchy as hell. Like how who was that used to be? Chris Rock. Chris Rock is still to my day. Chris Rock and Cat Williams are two of my favorite comedians just because they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They'll say what they say, and they said what they said. But anyways, y'all, moving right along from that. Earlier this week, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram all shut down. It shut down. Go, you gonna move to the side. There you go. They shut down for a few hours earlier this week. What was it for, like 6 or 8 hours? This came after a whistleblower did an interview. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. The whistleblower did an interview basically calling out one of the platforms for not censoring certain things that can be offensive to certain audiences, or only censoring out certain things. Well, right after this interview, it seemed like a lot of stuff just shut down. Facebook is not something that I'm on a regular basis anyway. I will literally check Facebook once, maybe twice a week. I'm not on Facebook a lot at all. Now, Instagram is something that I'm on every day. I'm checking. And WhatsApp, what's that? I don't even got a WhatsApp. I don't even know what that is. But apparently all of both WhatsApp and IG are owned by Facebook. And so everything went down, okay? And how I learned of it. I tried to post something and it just said that it kept loading. I thought maybe it was a bad Wi-Fi connection because I work on the street anyway. So I'm just thinking wherever I was, I just didn't have good reception. So that night, I looked on Twitter and it was all these memes because y'all know the internet ain't shit. The internet ain't shit. All the memes and stuff that was going around. Child, they was talking about it was Squid Games going on with the internet. Like it was all kind of memes and shit going on about what was going on with IG, WhatsApp, and Facebook. Well, come to find out, they said Mark Zuckerberg lost $6 billion from those social media profiles, from those apps being down for those few amount of hours. Did it affect y'all in any kind of way? Were y'all worried about it? Did y'all know something was going on? Tracy, I'm gonna start with you. Did it affect you in any kind of way, Tracy? Were you like me, just trying to refresh for a little bit? Was like, fuck it, I'll come back. Because a lot of people make money off of social media. You know, a lot of these big booty, fix a flat booty IG models, they depend on WhatsApp and IG to make their money. Did it affect anybody at all?
So it didn't affect me because while it was down, I was at work. So didn't even bother me at all. But then of course I was like, oh, well, because no, what got me was I went on Twitter and MySpace was trending. And I was like, why the hell is MySpace trending? Oh, it's because Instagram went down. I was like, oh, interesting. But I didn't. But then it went down again this week. I mean, it went down again just like yesterday or the day before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Facebook and IG went down. Yeah. So some people are saying, oh, it's because of the whistleblower and the fact that they're trying to scrub the things that they were talking about off of the site, because there was, I think it's like 2 or 3 Congress people who wrote up a memorandum saying, like, you can't delete any of this information. We need to be able to get a subpoena to go back to retrieve it. And so I'm like, well, is that why it went down? Like, is this being down for these hours and it getting scrubbed off of his server, is that worth the amount of money he lost for it being down for those hours? I mean, because Elon Musk just got sued for like $175 million or something like that. So I'm like, is this worth it? What does that mean? I just don't know. So I was like, maybe, possibly. But I don't know why it went down, but it went down again the other day, but it was a little more limited. So I think people were just like, laughing or trolling about it going down. But I want to know what's going on with that, because that's interesting.
Mizzle, did it affect you at all? Were you concerned with it?
No, because before I started YouTube and stuff like that, I was never big on the social media thing like that anyway. If y'all notice my posts, I don't always post like that. It's like that. I post here and there. I do make comments. Yeah, it was like that. I tweet. But if y'all follow my history, I don't really post like that. So, and even on Facebook, like you said, I don't be on Facebook like that either. The most time I be on Facebook when I do live streams on Sundays, and people on Facebook see me streaming in both YouTube and Facebook. But other than that, I don't be on Facebook like that. I'm mainly on Twitter and Instagram. But at the end of that, just be honest with you, I didn't really know. I was looking on Twitter because Twitter was working. Everybody posted, Instagram's down, Facebook down. I said, what the hell going on? Because I thought it was like a normal internet connection bad thing. I didn't think on none of it. So I was like, whatever. That's a bad down. But then, like Dahlia said, it just shows how people are so obsessed with social media and then use that as more of communication than actual personal communication. Like us growing up, we grew up in the era that we had to communicate with each other. We grew up in a community that we see each other. It was not big on technology. So it was school friends, outside playing block parties and stuff like that. We communicate, we interact. Until technology start getting advancing, and then we start programming to the internet. So it didn't really affect me because I also I can watch TV shows, or I can play my game. I gotta work. I gotta go to work. So it didn't affect me as much as everybody else. But I do know people do rely on social media for their income. But you gotta find other avenues too. So like people say, build your own website. It's like you got other things to do instead of relying on those platforms, because they take chunks of your money from make it a content. They take a portion and you get the portion. Build your own website and all 100% revenue come to you. So it's like, I mean, I'm not big on bigger website because I don't know. I'm not big on tech person, but that's what you do. It's like, so it didn't affect me as much as everybody else, but I know people was going. And I said, I don't know, my Instagram going, I can't know what to do. I'm bored. So I said, then find a job, do something. Because, yes, do something. Because.
Oh, wait, quick side note. I can tell you that my son called me because he thought I didn't pay his phone bill.
Oh, see, these kids now, they rely on that. So it's like us, we could do without because we grew up knowing that we don't need to be that much. No, we do need it now because it's linked to a lot of things, and social media and technology is big, and workforce and anything. So we do need to rely on a little bit, but not too much that people going crazy over it. People like act like they about to lose their mind not having social media, but. Hey, that's why we have multiple. Some people only rely on Instagram and not on other ones and everything. And it's suck that Facebook ball up the WhatsApp and everything. Now, WhatsApp is just like a regular communication. The only thing about WhatsApp is different from your regular thing is that WhatsApp lets you connect with people internationally that you can't normally do it, and it's free. Then like that. So your phone bills have your internet talk and stuff like that. You could talk to people in other countries and do WhatsApp is free, and you don't have to pay for it. So it's like a app. So. That's what people use WhatsApp for mainly, but that's not the main communication. It's like another phone call stuff. It's internet, but that's it.
Did it affect you at all, Sir Neale? I see Miss 42 said that it was coming down to the negative posts and the ads against the kids.
Yeah,
was this on Facebook? Wow.
When I didn't even know what was going on. I kept getting Clubhouse notifications from my nerd homies over there. That's what we talk about, our video games and technology and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, Nate, come to the chat, come speak. So we went over there. Clubhouse, can't see nobody's face. You just hear each other's voice, and the moderator has the choice of who can speak. Something like this, but it's like over 24 people in there, right? So everybody's spouting their conspiracy theories, and just like Tracy said, they brought up scrubbing. Because any person that is let's say, a cyber criminal knows that the first thing you would do is scrub something if they're coming for any of your databases. You know what I'm saying? As much as you can. You're not going to be able to scrub deep enough by the time they come, but you can scrub, like certain files that you don't want them to see. So that's plausible, what I'm saying. But another thing that was brought up, they overshadowed the point that they were using the public, us, as lab rats with the algorithm. And especially how they can target young girls between the ages of 16 to 18, I believe it was. And then they had like different categories, black, white, so on and so forth, how they would be able to tap into you. So say if you were liking weave, you know what I'm saying? You were searching the weave stuff. You see how all the weave pops up in there? So they start using that style, black woman weave, you know what I'm saying? This was me, it would be like black guy, Nike shirt, pink, and so they're basically studying us, like lab rats, kind of like a Myers-Briggs test where they ask certain questions.
That's crazy.
And that was overlooked besides all that other shit. And I think that's also why. And only reason I'm on there is because my friends from high school and shit and past works, I keep in contact with them. So that's the only reason I'm on Facebook. For Instagram, I keep in contact with people, you know what I'm saying? It's for entertainment, you know what I'm saying? I watch other people's shit. I get recipes, you know what I'm saying? I check up on the sports, I like people's reels, and just like Mizzle said, I don't post that much. You can check my shit. I don't care. I'll put something on there and just dump it and be like, enjoy, bye. Because it's fun like that. I don't want the likes and stuff like that, because you see how people get the backlash. And that's another point, how they put misleading things saying they're protecting the children, and they're not protecting the children. People get a lot of hate speech, and if you get hate speech by the hundreds, let alone the thousands, it can affect somebody's mental, shit. So I see in the future that Facebook's going to have a lot of shit they're going to have to speak up to, just like Instagram. And them studying us like lab rats is not fucking cool. We didn't give them our consent. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if I wanted to do a crackhead move and go sell my blood or I'll do it. But no, I don't have to do that, and you're gonna have to pay me, bro, for any of these studies. Okay, it's not working out for me. So I don't know. I'm torn between getting off of Facebook, but I love Facebook because it has a lot of my childhood friends on there. You know what I'm saying? And we can share a lot of shit between our husbands, our kids. You know what I'm saying? All those things. So I'm torn, but yeah, they study.
I remember years ago somebody saying something about Facebook not being a safe app to have on your phone. So I took Facebook off my phone years ago. The only way I get on it is if I get on it through my computer or if I go through the browser on my phone. Other than that, I don't have the actual app on my phone. So again, Facebook is not something that I check all the time anyway, so it really didn't affect me. It didn't bother me. Like I said, until I got on Twitter and I seen everything that everybody was talking about with Twitter. And like I think it was Dahlia said earlier, you see how hooked on social media a lot of us are, because when that went down, everybody was scrambling. A lot of people didn't know what the hell they was going to do with their time. They're like, some people were probably stuck in the house with people like, oh, I got to talk to you now? Oh, I can't play on my phone?
Wait, Auntie, I was like, do you motherfuckers read books? Do you have a library in your house? Do you have more than 7 books, sir? Please, one. Let me know. Go get a newspaper, bitch. It's the original.
Okay. Oh, you know what to do.
Listen, I bet you that YouTube wasn't affected. So did y'all videos go up that day? Was people just bored? Yeah. Like, I guess I'm gonna go over to YouTube and catch some videos that I need to catch up on. Because I was like, yeah, I definitely agree that this is definitely giving you're starting to realize how addicted you are to apps on your phone and social media and interactions and things like that, which to me is just like, okay, I work, but then I have my own business. So yeah, I do get things, for my business via Instagram, via Facebook, things like that, I definitely do receive. But luckily for me, my stuff isn't as pressing to say like, I have to instantly turn around and respond. I know people who like use Instagram to fund their life, like that is their main source of income. I know they was losing their minds.
I know. They better have other avenues besides that, because this might happen in the future.
Look. They said OnlyFans was still up, so I guess they could just, maneuver right on over there. Cause
listen, OnlyFans ain't going nowhere, okay? OnlyFans ain't going no doggone where. That's where the money reside. Over there on OnlyFans, okay?
And did you notice how some celebrities are creating their own websites? Some people, they telling you what to do. Yeah. So create your own thing. If you got the knack to do that and have the money, if you making an Instagram stuff, create your own website. That's your own content. That's your own free thing. Just make sure it's good, it's secure. You have payments, people go pay for it. You can make money there too. So they're trying to tell you other things to do besides scamming. And we're gonna get to that and to make money. If
in just a moment, okay?
Instagram and stuff like to it. It's create your business.
Well, I lost my train of thought. That doggone quick. Well, anyway, like Mizzle said, like a lot of these celebrities are doing, they're creating their own website. So have you multiple streams of income? I'm learning that now at 41. I have 3 streams of income going on, and I'm happy with 3, maybe 4 streams of income coming in. 3 for sure, baby. So if you're relying on a lot of these social media platforms as your only source of income, you're gonna be fucked one day. You're gonna have to have something else, because if those social media platforms do go down, then what are you gonna do? What else are you gonna? If TikTok goes down, and a lot of these people are famous off of TikTok, what else do you have to buy from TikTok?
Auntie, you know, like I told you, I'll be selling my little knickknacks, my collectibles, my African statues. I'll take my ass to the farmer's market, get my little license, be out there all motherfucking day and get that money. I'll also be on OfferUp. I'll be selling on Facebook. That's one thing Facebook is good for. The
That part.
I sell on that motherfucker. Let me tell you, that's my side hustle. Plus, I wake up and do my regular job. By the time I'm off work, I'm off by 12, okay? Yes, 12 a.m. No, 12 p.m. Pardon me. Don't smoke weed.
Okay, come on now.
No, because I got to get up at 4. But no, but by that time I have the whole day. So I just hustle, you know what I'm saying? And it's easy because it's what people are looking for, you know. And if they like something, you know, we'll, you know, pick up arrangements, you know, a McDonald's parking lot where there's cameras, exchange, do. There you go.
Wait. Did you say that you was doing BJ's in the parking lot? Didn't the baby tell you about that? I love you. You know, I'm just playing. I love you. I couldn't help myself. I haven't been able to tease you in a couple weeks now. I couldn't help myself.
You know what?
I love you.
I'm a married man for the public, okay?
I love you.
No BJ's in the parking lot, okay? Mm-hmm. I said make sure there's.
Well, he mentions aside from the parking lot, you also mentioned something about McDonald's, and we all know one man that loves McDonald's, and that is R. Kelly. Okay, he is out here snitching. Okay, R. Kelly plans on snitching on multiple celebrity pedophiles in an attempt to hopefully reduce his sentence. Now, we're not going to get all deep into this because we went deep into this already earlier on Mizzle's panel. If you are not subscribed to Mizzle's channel, I don't know why folk not. Okay, he does Mizzle Talks on Sundays. It is a whole ass kiki, okay? And earlier in the chat, we were talking about R. Kelly and him coming out now and him, you know, naming different celebrity pedophiles in the hopes is he doing this to reduce his sentence? Is he doing this to get a lighter sentence? What is he doing this for? I don't goddamn know. My whole thoughts on this, I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on this, and then Sir Neale, I'm gonna start with you. I appreciate him for wanting to save the world now of grown-ass men that find attraction to young kids. I appreciate him wanting to be one of the ones that helps bring down these nasty old men. My whole thing is,
thank you.
What? My whole thing is, first and foremost, why are you saying something about it now? It took for your ass to get caught and to go to jail for you to open your mouth and say something. What kind of receipts is he going to bring with this so-called information that he's going to be bringing forth about other pedophiles and all this other shit? And my whole thing is, it's like, okay, I want to commend you in some sort of way for saying something, but then again, at the same time, it's like, why the fuck? It's like, yeah, okay, girl, I'm happy for you saying something, but at the same time, why the fuck are you saying something now? Why did it take for you to be going to jail and possibly getting your bump and grind on with Big Pookie and them on cell block 4 for you now to want to blow the whistle and say something about something? Like, why now? And do we believe all of these people that he's coming forth and saying are possible pedophiles now? I'm gonna start with you, Sunil. What are your thoughts on that?
One thing I'm gonna say is throughout the whole R. Kelly saga, between regular people to celebrities, they've been saying he ain't the only one, and celebrities saying I know somebody else. Throughout the whole thing, they've been saying that. So imagine a lot of these artists, these musicians, at the top of their game, and how much peen or puss is being thrown their way. And they can have their way with anybody that they want to because of said name, okay? And maybe your other artist friends participated. Okay? Let's. This is alleged. So that's why I'm using choice words. Okay. Allegedly. Okay. Because if he had a harem of women as he did, and he was who he is R. Kelly, I'm sure he had some of his homies participate. Or you go over there and handle this person. You go over there and handle that person. Because I'm the man. I'm R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And I can think in my head. I'm not gonna say their names. I would look at them and be like, you would participate in that shit. Like they say, like the menage a trois, you know what I'm saying, and all those things. And I want all these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. I'm Little Bootsy. All you bitches can suck my dick. Line up. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So their celebrity goes to their head, and they do questionable things. So I'm more than sure the people that he's talking about are directly in our face. We see him. We praise him. So we're going to be questioning their music and their artistry too soon. We're going to be like, God damn. And he is snitching to get less time. That's what they do. You know, and another thing is he's like, I'm not going to be the only nigga tarnished. Y'all niggas was there. Y'all ain't here helping me, so I'm snitching.
Yes. Okay.
What's your thought?
So, in one panel, we talk about the whole snitches get stitches and stuff like that. It doesn't apply to this situation to me particularly, but now I say I do agree with a lot of y'all saying that. Yeah, why now? He should have said the names like that. But usually when things like this happen, he doesn't do this by himself. Yes, he did everything, all that stuff. I could think allegedly he could probably do this by himself. It could be, or he probably knows people who does the same thing as him, and they probably was doing it together, like Sonia said. So it's possible that he know other people who was involved in that thing. And it's probably possible. Y'all notice that sometimes when people get in trouble and they was part of it, usually they don't support you because now you the one who got caught.
Exactly.
You got caught. So you're going to think and keep me out of it. So we're going to not support you. And sometimes that might hurt the person who was like, I ain't do this order by myself. So if I did this, y'all going down too. Now that's the suck way to do that. But at the same time, like you was doing this with me, you going down. But like I said, but I do understand, like, yes, wow now. And if he does have evidence that support, because at the end of the day, the crime that he's committed is with minors and children. So we cannot ignore that this is something serious. So if he knows somebody who has this or who be doing this, it's the same, and you can get them off the street just like everybody else. Why not?
Can I bring up
unless he has great evidence. Now, if he's saying names and he had no evidence or proof about that, then no.
Wait, no. I just did my CSI thing right now. Mm-hmm. I do recall an interview with Candy, and she was saying she was talking about what's the group with the two boys, the twins from back in the day, used to run with Destiny Child. My baby.
Oh yeah.
Mary. What's them? Okay.
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. She was talking about their experience with them and how she was dating one of them, but they were much older than she was, and all the girls were dating much older guys, and they thought it was regular. And not till she got older, she was like, oh, they weren't supposed to be doing that. So it was a lot of regular, you could say, playing around, you know, doing something inappropriate, underage stuff. But sorry. She thought it was regular. So that's one thing, you know, and she was in R. Kelly's camp writing for people, and they were all connected and shit.
Yeah. So that's how he's throwing names out there and it had no connections to what he's done, then he just being hated. He's just doing stuff like that to get other people tarnished over him reputation. But if he does have evidence and it's important and they was part of this thing, dealing with minors and stuff, yes, so you need to get them off the streets too, and you need to say something like that. But yes, it is coming out now. You maybe could have said names before.
Why now?
Why now? But like I said, why now? But at the same time, this is a point that he's charged now. And he's going to jail. It was all good. Like it was all good that he never got caught. But yes, he should have said something before. But at the end of the day, everybody was riding R.K. coattails because he had the money, he had the means.
Listen, I can say this, okay? And if there's anybody that was watching this on the replay or that's in the audience now, back in the day, when I was 15, 16 years old, it was not uncommon for the 19, 20, 25-year-old nigga to come and holler at us before. That was not uncommon. Not saying that it was okay. Not saying that it was accepted, because please believe, had my mother knew that me at 15, 16, or her even 17 years old, that I was even entertaining a conversation from hell. A nigga probably even as old as 27. I'm just saying, somebody that I know though. I'm just saying. That was not uncommon back in the day. Now, looking back on it, if I had a daughter that was 15 and one of these 20-something, hell, one of these 18-year-old niggas out here try to holler at my daughter now, I'm beating his ass. I'm beating his ass. I'm beating his mama ass. I'm beating his homeboy and them ass. Yes, back in the day, Mo was a hot little thing, okay? Them niggas loved them some more. They wanted some more. That's all I little mama. God made it. My mama signed for it, and I'm just living this life. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But back in the day, it was not uncommon for these older niggas. I remember, do y'all remember this, ladies? Do y'all remember being in high school in like your junior or senior year, and the seniors that graduated 2 and 3 years before you, they coming on campus, hanging out and shit, at the games and shit, at the party and shit. Now, mind you, these niggas is like 18, 19, 20 years old now. Why is you coming back hanging out at the high school? A lot of them niggas still had high school mentality. It was not the thing to do again, but thinking back on it now, bitch, I'd have whooped my ass if I was my mama. What is you doing out here with your little hot, fast ass, talking to this nigga that's 18, 19, maybe 20-something plus years old, because he taking you and he buying you food at McDonald's, bitch. Old niggas always love taking a young bitch to McDonald's.
Oh, he took me to McDonald's, girl.
And you say that, but you know the problem about that is like that because it happened so big, it was not great, but statistics, technology, stuff like that started advancing. So now things in the past that probably was never good, it was never probably got caught. Now at this years and years of going to trials and stuff like that, R. Kelly's finally doing his due justice, because now it gets better the times and people could be able to backtrack things and think things and get things, so that stuff, and get him charged now. So maybe that's why it's probably so crazy that he's saying something now, because yes, he was getting along with it and he was getting away with things, and everybody in his helper was getting away with things. So now that he's actually charged and go to jail, I said, no, I ain't do this by myself and everything. Because even though he was the front faces, he was like the R. Kelly, he had the money, the many means, he had people behind him. He didn't do all this by himself. So yeah, it may seem like, wow, he's being haterish, and now he's picking names out. But if I'm in the trouble and all these years, all this support, and y'all just cut off me off, it's like you do something with other people, and then y'all all did this together, and you going down. You going down. This is not a snitches against stitches, but this is something different in this scenario. But it is crazy. But he needs to drop names that is legit names, not no random names, and say, "Oh, hey, let me." For example, I'm not saying he did it. Like say Chris Brown. Don't drop names. Just drop names.
Yeah, I need dates and times. Right. Yeah. I need location.
And I'm gonna need some good names. Don't drop no fuckboy names like Lil Boost in them.
Yeah.
And Cash Money and Tiger.
Nobody care about Jaquan and who else? Talking about. I want to hear. No, I can't say that. No.
I don't want to hear about no 90s R&B type dude. Like, if you're going to drop some names, make it be some good names. Something that Tracy just sent me was Epstein's list right here. I'm going to read y'all some of these names on Epstein's list because it's some bullshit. Walt Disney Company, Def Jam Records, Rock Nation, Beyonce. Now I don't believe that. Y'all kiss my ass. I don't believe that. Now Sean Carter, I don't know about that nigga because that nigga been in some bullshit. But Robert Kelly is on here. Sony Entertainment is on here. Young Money is on here. Dwayne Carter is on here. Kanye West. Universal Music Group. Miramax. The Weinstein Corporation, of course. Harvey Weinstein. I mean, it's some names on here. That ain't right, y'all. Like I say, back in the day, we was a little young hot thing, and it was not uncommon for older niggas to talk to us all the time. It was not right, but that's what had happened. My thing is, if you was gonna name names, nigga, you should have named names when your ass at the beginning stages of all of this shit. Don't say nothing now after you done already been to jail, you done already got prosecuted, and now we talking about R. Kelly, Naya. Now R. Kelly wants to name names of people that are possibly pedos like him. It don't matter now, in my opinion. It don't matter now. It don't matter now. Your ass should have said something beforehand. Why you want to say something about it now? And then, like Mizzle said, don't drop no fuckboy names like Chris Brown or Tory Lanez. We don't care about them niggas. Don't nobody care. Or 50 Cent. Don't nobody care.
Solid proof that back what you say.
Unless some solid proof, yes. Unless
so,
some solid proof.
So I will say this. They said he liked to videotape everything, so I'm guessing he got some sort of I guess he have some sort of, something to back up what he got going on. I will say that when you run in a small elite circle, of the top, y'all tend to run together. So things tend to overlap.
Yeah.
A lot. I do think that there is a difference because, like, I was right there with you, Auntie Momo. I was definitely 16 and my boo was 19 and he had a car with racer seats, so he would come pick me up from school. Thought I was the best thing smoking. It was definitely a different mindset back then, and things that they used to say, like, oh, this within like a 5-year thing. We ain't really that pressed about it. Y'all mentally are about the same age. Whatever. It's literally how people used to think about it. Like, oh, okay, y'all close enough. Y'all about the same thing. Y'all fall into the range is kind of what people thought. Which is why a lot of times you would see the person who, graduated high school kind of coming back, dating a sophomore, and he's, a freshman in college and all those kind of things. I am on the other side of the spectrum where I want all the names. I want all the names, every single thing they did. Not to be funny, I still think Tiger should go down for messing with Kylie because she was a minor and he was grown. So it was loud and proud out in the public, and nobody said a word. Everybody was cool with it. And I think it's because if your parent consent to it, then I guess that's really where it falls. Because the parent consented to it. Because if the parent didn't consent, it would have went to, oh, well, you going down for the R word. Have fun, my dude. We're gonna send you up the creek. So I do think it's one of those. If your parents are okay with it and they kind of give their permission, their blessing, okay, we tend to look at it and be like, oh, okay, well, it's not that big of a deal. The parents said it was okay, because that is the prime example is Kylie and Tiger. He was definitely an adult and she was like 14, 15.
Yep.
We all seen it. It's not like something we all didn't see it. No, we all seen it. We all knew it and was like, that's weird. So let's be fair. We should get all of them. None of them should get a break. I mean, I want the people who bought the girl plane tickets. I mean, I want the people who sat there and set up the hotel rooms. I want the security that turned a blind eye. I want all the people who interacted in and participated in the escapades that they had going on, and anybody in between. I want the people who didn't blow the whistle. who didn't tell nobody, who didn't say. I want all of them. Because at some point, if we was all in the car together and I shot somebody, you know who all going down? All the rest of y'all. Y'all all going down too. Y'all all going down with me. It's gonna be a group sentencing.
We caught y'all.
Exactly.
Us, y'all.
Wait, let me put this snippet in there. What y'all talk about being hot asses when we were 16, 17, okay, in high school, okay? Let me tell you, okay? I had the fear of God, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always been out, you know what I'm saying? Don't be doing that when no boys don't let them touch you, nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't aware of who was gay, you know what I'm saying? And certain things, you know what I'm saying? So we had like a group of friends, you know what I'm saying? We all smoked weed together, you know what I'm saying? Sat on the little bench, you know what I'm saying? On the baseball field, you know how that shit go, you know what I'm saying? So a few of the homies in between was like, you want to ditch, you know, we go to the homeboy's house. That was a smokehouse when we ditched, right? Mm-hmm. So it happened like 4 times with the certain homies, because I was like, should we go get, you know, Jennifer, let's go get Alex, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we can just go, you know what I'm saying? So it would just be me and that person, you know, in the house, and we smoking or whatever, and it's just talking. And I'm so naive in high school, you know what I'm saying? And they do that proverbial move where he sit on the bed and like lay back like this. And it happened like without, and then when I got older, I was like, oh, I was supposed to be fucking. I was like,
language.
For real, because you know I'm openly gay, you know what I'm saying, with the you know what I'm saying, we, you know, it's like the middle class part of hood, you know what I'm saying, and it was those guys that came that were older, you know, that would just pop up, you know, and my classmates as well, and I was like, they was on that DL shit, you know. I know a gay guy and I want to see my number, like what? Yeah. But I didn't do it because I was so naive. I was just trying to smoke the blunt. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God for you being naive. Otherwise, you'd have been out here blowjob Betty all up in the streets and didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's the time, like Naya said, the times is different and things change. Like back in the day, like growing up in the 90s stuff, most things was private secret. We didn't have much stuff though. Those things around the culture is like technology and stuff like that. So that's why we had underground clubs. So that's why we had a lot of things that was very private. It wasn't not exposed to because things was not being said. If as long as it's not being seen, it's not being said. So yes, it wasn't great back then. It wasn't that popular because now people was caught up to the things. Now we get caught up. That's why we get people saying after 20 plus years it happened, they did it to them when they was younger. So yes, it is true. Times change. So it's catching up. And I guess society's catching up. All the stuff that was the same things back in the day. Now back
in the day. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's true though, Naya. Naya said a lot of times the seniors will go after the sophomores because they were green. When you were a freshman, you were young, you want to prove that you were grown, and they like that. Listen, the thing about it was, when I want to say within like my first or second week of high school, I remember, because I played volleyball, I remember the older girl said, you got to watch out for this dude. You got to watch out for this dude because he going to try to talk to you. He going to try to talk to you and da-da-da. Like you say, Naya, green as hell. Now, had my mother not instilled in me a lot of things to look out for, and I didn't have examples of different things in life, I could have been one of these little thought pockets out here landing low and spreading it wide. Because it's true, when you're a freshman girl getting into high school, these sophomore and junior niggas are on you like hawks. Now, mind you, some girls are only 13 or 14. These seniors are 18. Some of them are 18. If he a stupid nigga, he 19. Because his ass didn't graduate, he got held back. Not nothing against you, but nigga, you that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they would come at you because they would, like they thought you were green, and it was a point that they wanted to prove. Like you being younger, it was a point that you wanted to prove. But me, like I said, I had to do a lot of fighting. I had to prove a lot of points that I wasn't want to fuck with. So they come at me, but once they figure, oh, okay, this bitch is crazy, let me back up a little bit, they backed up. You know what I'm saying? But it was still some of them older ones that I mean, I was a young PYT. I don't know what to tell nobody. I couldn't help it. But them niggas was nasty. Them niggas was nasty. Them older niggas was nasty. Especially if you graduated 3-4 years out of high school, nigga, you 20, and you in your 19, 20 years old, don't go back to the high school, nigga. Ain't nobody to visit. Ain't nobody to visit at the high school. Stay your ass gone. Anyways, moving right along, y'all. The next thing we're going to get into, I need to actually pull up this story. Where is it at? This happened in Ohio.
Can I just say I am so happy that I didn't grow up in the age of Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
Me too.
You know, my high teen years wasn't included. I'm just going to say, man, because, oh my gosh, my life would be so different. Yeah. I'll probably be dead. But hey, you know.
Oh, yeah, girl. The trouble that I would have been in if I grew up in the social media age, child, we ain't been talking about that. But let me pull this article up real quick that I wanted to play for y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all. So this actually happened in Ohio. Police officers are under investigation for pulling a paraplegic black man by his dreadlocks out of a car. It happened during a traffic stop. The man refused to get out of the car. The officer offered to help him get out of the car, quote unquote. And things escalated quickly to where it happened. They pulled the man out, and the man's pants was around his ankles. I think one of his shoes was off. They literally drugged this man, jacked this man up out the car. I'm going to show y'all this from the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room. I want to make sure that I'm citing my source. Y'all look at this.
Step out the car, sir. The suspect asks what the problem is. Officers say because of his history, they're going to have a dog search the car.
Sir, I'm going to assist you get out of the vehicle. As someone
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to touch me.
He asks the officers to get their white shirts or supervisors.
Here's the thing. I'm going to pull you out, and then I'll call a white shirt. Because you're getting out of the car. That's not an option. You're getting out of this car. So you can cooperate and get out of the car, or I'll drag you out of the car.
Less than a minute later, he's pulled out.
Get out. I'm not step out of the car.
I can't step out the car, sir. I'm going to lead you.
Let me read this article to you guys. This says authorities are reportedly reviewing body cam video that shows 2 Dayton, Ohio police officers dragging a paraplegic black man out of a car he was operating. The graphic incident took place on September 30th that began with a traffic stop. Now, according to Revolt's TV, Clifton Owensby turned over his information to the officers. Once the officers came across past records of drug use, they ordered him out of the car. Clifford refused, stating his inability to walk due to being paraplegic. The officers then offered to help him out of the vehicle. Clifford responds, "No, you're not," while requesting the officer's supervisor. The officer then seemingly becomes upset and threatens to drag Clifford out of the car. The officer said, "Here's one thing, I'm going to pull you out, then I'll call a white shirt, because you're getting out of the car. That's not an option. You're getting out of this car so you can cooperate and get out the car, or I will drag you out of the car. Do you see your two options here?" Shortly afterwards is when Clifford was forcefully yanked from the car by his locks. He was thrown to the ground. 2 officers attempted to handcuff him while he yells for help. Once he's handcuffed, he's again dragged by the officers to the police vehicle. And on the photos, he appears to be shown without his shoes, his pants lowered to his ankles. Now, the Dayton police officers are saying that the traffic stop is part of a drug investigation, and they're working with the professional standards of Bureau to determine whether or not the officers violated any rights. Here's another photo of the body cam footage from the police officer dragging the man by his hair. And here is the photo of him being drugged down the street. 1 shoe on, pants down to his ankles. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Sir Neale, I'm going to start with you.
Okay. Let's listen to the key words that the officer said. He said, "I'm aware of your history." Okay? So if you're aware of his history, they would say tattoos, hairstyle, skin complexion, the basics. With him, they would have to say paraplegic. Then we have to listen to the key word, "I'll drag you out." He knows, if you know his history, you know he can't walk. You're talking about his drug use, not his drug trafficking, not his drug use. That's a minor infraction. You know what I'm saying? There's no decorum here. There's no respect. They approached aggressive as fuck. And if they know his history, he's not a violent offender. Come on. He's not known to carry weapons. Maybe he got some weed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some extracurricular drug, I don't know, but the decorum of the fucking police officers is gross. It's across America. It's always happened. I think it's going to continue. So I don't know how we're going to stop this because these police officers are like somewhat rogue. And thank God that we have these body cams, like snatching him by his hair. That is so offensive. If you know he's paraplegic, he's telling you that you can go reach under his shoulders and pick him up. He doesn't have a weapon. He's not known to have a weapon. It's just egregious and it's fucking tacky. And I don't know, has the police department sheriff made a statement as of yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because they need to address it because and how they had him all with his pants down and stuff like that and his shoes off. It's gross. It's like this has become regular for, in society. Every month we get one of these. Maybe every 2 weeks we get one of these.
What's that? Mizzle, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I gotta agree with everything. I was like, you stop him. What was the point? You stop him for what? Did he violate any traffic thing? Or was you saw things like, what was the initial point of stopping him? Because you police end up driving down. Oh, you ain't gonna be looking at everyone thinking. Remember when I read the news, they said they stopped him. I guess there's some traffic violation or something like that. But then they ran his background, and then they saw the charge. They saw that he had like prior stuff like that, and then they used that lethal force and made the judgment. Oh, he's a druggie, so he does weeds like that. But it was never criminal. It was just nice that he had possessions. So you stop him for what? If you stop him for that, then give him a ticket on that. Don't go on and try to build your freaking authority and power over him, and knowing that he just told you he paraplegic, that you just doing way too much. And why you got these body cams for y'all to do investigation? You clearly see what the hell he did and what they was doing. So put them on administrative leave, fire them, do something. It's like
they were antagonizing him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were, and they was trying to think. It's like just because he had drug related charge or whatever thing in his record, it's just drugs. Like he was distributing. Did you see him distributing drugs when he's parking or something? Do you see none of that stuff? No. You stop him from a traffic thing, and that's what you should have just went on with that. But now you look up his record, and now you will judge him based on that, and that's what a lot of states, not much yet. New York is one of the states that not arresting people of weed-related charges, it's like that. They will, and there are a lot of people who went to jail. They're getting out, and they're getting a record sponge because of that. Because they were putting people in jail just for that, and not distributing. They just have ounces, and they're just going to jail for that. So that's why it got to be major drug charges for you to even give to jail, like intent to distribute or something like that. And that's what they're going to jail for. But if you have possessions, then you're not going to jail for it. You might get a little fine or something like that. So I don't think there's a state that has that law yet, but it needs to be, because they
yanking his hair.
They basically took him because of his look and his drug charges, and that's it. And they looked up after they stopped him for that. So I don't give.
Now this is the thing too. Another thing it said because of his I heard the police officer say because of his history they were going to have a dog search the car, and that's another reason why they wanted him to get out. Just because he has a past history of having drugs, why do you have to have the dog search the car? Did you smell weed in the car? Did you see a blunt? Did you see any paraphernalia in the car? I don't understand why they were going to have the dog search the car in the first doggone place. That didn't make any sense to me. Right now, Tracy, what are you on
that? So they said the dog was supposed to search the car because he was coming from a known drug house, is why they were saying they wanted the dog to search. But then I thought I was reading somewhere, I thought he had a kid in the car.
Yeah, I read that.
Wow. So there was a kid in the car. Like, I think like 3, 4, something like that, like a small kid in the car. So fine. You have a history of, selling drugs. Fine. You have a history of this and you're coming from a known drug house. Okay, fine. But at what point does it give you the right to drag someone out of their car by their hair?
Absolutely.
Someone who can't walk. Absolutely. Okay, fine. That's fine. I have a history. I came from a drug. Okay, fine. But at what point does it give you the right to drag somebody out their car by their hair? Like, someone who you clearly know is unable to just step out of the car to do a search. You know this, he knows this, everybody is well aware. So I don't see why they're talking about, oh, we need to investigate. To me, there isn't much to investigate, but okay, we're gonna see how this works. Cause this is looking real suspect to me, but okay.
You can see the hate when he grabbed his locks. You know how he grabbed his hair? You can just see the hate, like, I'll snatch those ugly ass. Because they despise him. They call him dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen niggas snatched up by their collar about the car, like yank you up. You know what I'm saying? Grab you by your arm. But I think that picture right there just shows how much hate was in the police officer's heart, in my opinion. Because for him to snatch him up like that, there was underlying hate there.
It's literally no excuse for what's happening. He was just being threatened because he wasn't being rude. He told them the situation. They decided to be aggressive. I absolutely agree, Nia. There was no reason whatsoever for them to jack that man up the way they did. And then for you to know that he's a paraplegic, on top of that, he's telling you he can't walk. What the hell? Baby sis, did you have any thoughts on that?
I have no words. I saw this video actually earlier in the week and I about cried because I have no words. And that's it. I don't have any words. I'm tired. Every other day, same shit, different fucking toilet, cops just being horrible ass people. They're being horrible people. They're not being horrible cops. They're being horrible people. Period, point blank. And I'm disgusted and I'm tired and I just want it to be over and done. That's all I gotta say.
I feel you. I don't really like to talk about stories like this, but I mean, my platform, even though it's that big, I still feel like I'm obligated in some way, shape, form, no matter being Black. And we do a panel talking about hot topics. It is something that we have to talk about, but it's something that I fucking hate talking about. I hate hearing about police officers using their authority to be the judge, the jury, the executioner, and all that shit. I get sick and tired of it. And for me, and Baby can attest to this, it's back and forth because we have somebody, we have family and people that are very close to us that are in, on the police force. And so in one regard, you want to have a police officer, the police officers or whatever that you love's back and know that their job is hard. What they do is hard. They risk their lives every day. But then again, at the same time, you have these assholes that are on the force. And it's true, like they say, it can only take that one person that's going to alter your thoughts about the entire police force and how they all are and how they all treat everybody. And it's just, I get sick and fucking tired of it. Sick and fucking tired of it. I'm sick of it. So let's move on, y'all. Something else I wanted to talk about. This happened in Texas. This happened in Arlington. There was a shooting that happened. We're going to talk about this real quick. This is Timothy.
No, I got to
say that again. What you say?
I got to push pause on you real quick. I'm sorry, Big Sis. I got to go because my kids.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Sorry, I'm going to be back next week. I'll do it. Bye.
All right, bye. This is Timothy George Simpkins. If y'all hadn't heard about this, this happened earlier this week. Timothy George Simpkins, 18 years old, goes to Timberview High School. This is in Arlington, Texas. He came in opened fire on a guy that he had an altercation with. We're going to get into some details. I'm going to just read y'all the quick gist of it. Now, the guy that he shot was 15-year-old. I believe his name was Lord forgive me, but it was something black and ghetto. Jaquavius, Jamarius, us, something like that. I don't know. That's what the boy's name was, okay? He's 15 years old. He got into a fight with Timothy. Timothy is 18 years old. After Tim got his ass whooped, he came back to he was already at the school with a gun, opened fire at the school, ended up shooting the boy, the 15-year-old, 4 times. He is now in the hospital in critical condition. There's a 25-year-old English teacher that got shot in the back, suffered broken ribs and a collapsed lung. There's also another pregnant teacher that got shot in the leg, as well as a student that was, I believe, grazed by a bullet as well. The teacher's name is Calvin Petit. Like I said, he had a collapsed lung, broken ribs. There were 3 other victims. One was a pregnant teacher. Now, Timothy is being charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. When this story had first broke out, I'm not going to lie, and please don't nobody think I'm wrong, but this is just what it is. I'm just going to be completely real with y'all. I thought it was a white boy that did it. I thought it was a white boy because that's typically how it is. It's white boys that go into these schools and they shoot up these schools. So the first thing when I heard it was a young black boy that did it, a part of me immediately wanted to feel sympathy for him. I wanted to feel empathetic towards him. I'm like, oh my God, what happened for this young man to go into this school and want to shoot up this school? Because that's how it was presented to us, that it was a school shooting, okay? After more evidence is being presented, come to find out he had gotten to an altercation with this boy. Again, the boy got a ghetto name. I don't know what his name is. God bless him, okay? And there was a video that was going around on social media of Tim, the shooter, being beat up by this 15-year-old boy. Now, the video was bad. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want YouTube coming at me for no bullshit. But in the video, the 15-year-old boy was whooping Tim's ass, but Tim wasn't fighting back. Tim was balled up, basically taking the hits, right? Now, when I first saw it, I had my own thoughts and opinions about it. I'm like, why ain't this nigga fighting back? Like, damn, did you at least pinch the bitch? You gonna sit up here and let this boy beat up on you just so you can come back and shoot up the school? Like what the hell happened with all that? I was watching Lovely T. Shout out to Lovely T. I don't know if y'all follow Lovely T or not. She has a YouTube channel, big YouTube channel. She had a live yesterday where she was talking about it. And a lot of what she was saying in the live made so much perfect fucking sense. More evidence has been coming out. A lot of people are coming out and speaking on this. This was basically an isolated shooting. Tim got into it with this boy. What happened was Tim is known for robbing people, setting people up, beating up people. He's not no hood ass nigga. He's from the suburbs of Arlington. His family has money. He comes from money. But for whatever reason, he be out here robbing niggas and beating up people. What had happened was Tim robbed and beat up this young man, the 15-year-old boy, his brother. That boy's brother came back, whooped Tim's ass. Somehow or another, Tim got pistol whooped. Tim got upset and Tim decided to shoot up or shoot basically the little 15-year-old boy because he got beat up and because he got robbed back after he robbed that boy's brother. Again, the way it was presented in the news is that it was a school shooting. Again, after more evidence is coming out, this was not no school shooting. This was an isolated shooting. Now, Tim is out on bail now. He was released on $75,000 bail. Family put it up. When he was released from prison, the video that's down over here at the bottom, he was actually kind of smiling as he was being released from prison. He had a little smirk on his face. And the family had a welcome home party for him. Mind you, this 15-year-old boy is still in the hospital in critical condition. The police, the teacher that was shot in the back with a collapsed lung is still in the hospital as well. Hopefully this man will be able to walk. But when it was first presented,
like I said, sorry, I gotta go. My mother-in-law is here.
Okay. Hey, Mom.
All right, I love you guys. Sorry.
Me too. When it was first presented, like I said, it was presented like it was this mass school shooting, that the boy was being bullied, and the family immediately ran to the media saying that this boy was bullied. But after all this evidence came out, come to find out this boy wasn't being bullied. His ass was out here on some old fake ass gangster shit. Mizzle, what are your thoughts and your opinions on that? Do you feel like this boy needs to go to jail for what happened? Do you feel like his shooting was justified? Do you feel like, I don't know, what are your thoughts and your opinions on this?
Okay, yes. So when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's a mass school shooting. And I said, oh yeah, I thought something, it was a white boy. So when I saw it was a black boy, I said, okay, what's going on? So I ain't gonna think none of it. Right immediately when that happened, the family did win in the media and said it was bullying. Now, people who always say, okay, just because he's a black boy and he's bullying, the action is justified. No, the reason why I say it's not justified is because granted, it's bullying, there should be documentation in school. Now, with all the evidence of the parents having money and stuff like that. Now, if you have been reported bullying of this 15-year-old boy doing it to your son and repeated documentation, you had meetings, you had talks like that, and the school did nothing about that, you're not like some people who don't have the money and means to take your kids out and put them somewhere else that they could be valued and not be bullied. But your kid stayed in the school and you had the means. So it's not like you can't pull your kid out and put it somewhere else. It's like that. So I'm not buying that thing. Now, it could be possibly bullying, but what avenues was taken to address that? Now, if it wasn't addressed in the school, like I said, you have the means to take them out. Like, be more poor than me. If I have a child, I might not have the means to take them out, put them in private school. It's like that. And we have to, or maybe something like that. I'm going to have to try to transfer them to school and trying to use some, like some people use some.
Okay.
School. It's like that. And that's what I do. And stuff like that. So I ain't like that. And then, you know, it's crazy they put that video out of him getting beat up to me, justify that, oh, yes, maybe he was being bullied because he got beat up. This is the video of him beat up. It's like that. Now, my thing about the bullying thing, if that's the only person who was bullying you, why the teacher got shot? Why the pregnant woman got shot? Why the other person got shot? What was that? You doing that? If that's target, you should have targeted that one person. And that's it. Nobody else should have got shot and killed, and then the mass shooting bringing a gun to the school. And another thing, a big issue about that, a lot of schools don't have detectors. Like when I went to high school, we had to go through a metal detector, shit like that. And that book bag was checked. And they had the thing.
We didn't have that in high school.
Because in some schools, it's like prone to having fights and stuff like that. Now, my school wasn't a fighting school. It was, and it changed around. And the principal, he changed that thing around. But he makes sure that we're safe. So you got to put your book bags in the thing, get checked. Girls and female, girls and guys, and that's how we go. Every morning when we have to go to school, we have to go through the front entrance and get checked. So make sure you got no weapons and stuff like that and everything. And then you do, then your parents get called, whatever, and that's that. So my thing is, it's not the family put it out there. They had the means, and then that party thing, I ain't like that party. It's like, to be sorry, I'm sorry. Sometimes community parties for the wrong thing. You know, yes, you should be party for graduation, different milestones, good job, and everything. But now you get a party. Oh, he got a jail party. So like that. Just if you put in jail for being innocent and then you got out, yeah, granted, maybe that. But he shot up a school and he got a bail. You throwing a party for him? That's not accountability. That's not right. Now that's something that he could continue doing, and you would just keep betting him out because you got family, you got money. Now, my issue thing, and Lovely T mentioned that, how people got so invested and said, oh, yeah, he been bullying, so it's justified of him getting thing, and then y'all putting death threats of the kid who's in the freaking ICU in the hospital down to 15-year-old boy. He's 15 years old and almost dying, and you gonna say, oh, that's what you need to die. He need to die. You bullying this kid, that's to die. And it's like, why are y'all saying that to that 15-year-old boy who's in the hospital? Covering it. Y'all so emotionally invested to say that he deserved to die because he bullied this kid. We don't know that. That's what the family came out saying that. We don't know that. So I'm just like, don't get so invested with something that's being brought up to us without knowing all the facts. And the fact that these both young kids is not failed, they probably both got failed. Because it wouldn't have to be to that point that if it was getting bullied, that it should have went to the point that he got to bring a gun to the school. It's like that and getting shoot up. But not to wish death threat to that 15-year-old boy who's dying right now in life support because you feel like it's justified. Now, if y'all do feel that way, let me think this. A lovely T said that. What about if your child was in that school?
Amen. And
that boy gonna come to school and do a mass shooting, and you get a phone call saying, "Oh, it's a mass shooting." You go and let's God forbid if your child the one who got shot, not the one who got beat up. It's like that, who beating the person up. If one of the bystanders got shot, or you go then say it's justified because my kid's a martyr and it's a sacrifice because this kid was bullying him is fine. Tell a parent that.
She said that too. That was real.
And watch your ass get knocked to the ground. Don't tell me my kid got to get justified for being shot in the school because y'all failed to address the bullying if it was true. You gonna tell me it's justified? So we can't get so invested because he's a black guy. Because he's a black young boy, yes, I understand he's one of their own, but just because that, y'all automatically said it's justifiable of him doing that. Think about your own child. If your child got shot, will you say it's justified because he was being bullied? Just say that. If you think it's true, then that's fine. But I don't know. Most of us would not go with that. We're not going to go with that. Hell no. And that's all I'm going to say.
Not at all. Tracy, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, y'all going to be mad at me.
Oh, here we go. That's why
number one is Texas. So am I surprised some kid had a gun in school in Texas? Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah, that's the norm.
Absolutely not. So do I think in New York, yeah, we had like metal detectors and stuff like that. So in Texas, it's like people bring guns to school. Sounds normal to me. Sounds real Texas-ish. Just saying. Sorry to judge our whole state. You know, my bad. But
hey, I feel you.
Very Texas-ish.
That's what it is.
That sounds very Texas-ish. So again, when I heard the story, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, he's black. Oh, shoot. Well, okay, that's different. Didn't see that one coming. But as the story started to unfold, and then the parent says, "Oh, it was bullying because he had a nice car and because he had nice clothes, and they were all jealous of him. He was being bullied, and then he had enough, and he did that." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then when the other people started to come out and said, "Oh, yeah, he had all those things, but he also was like, you know, the school pusher, and he was getting people set up, and he was jumping on people, and he was doing this, and he was doing that." So I'm like, can two things be true at the same time? Yes. Could he have been being bullied and, you know, and beat down for the mess that he did? Yes, he could. But on the same token, could he be doing all of those things that the kid says he was doing? Absolutely. Two things could be true at the same time. I also wonder if you get beat down and it's not on social media, and you get beat down and it is on social media, do you feel one is more bullying than the other? Because if you get beat down in your classroom around 15, 20 kids, yeah, the word's going to spread, but it's just word of mouth in your school and they're going to talk about it or whatever. But if you get beat down and then I throw it up on Instagram and then it makes it to the blogs and then it makes it to the shade room, now you have millions of people and you're 18, you have the mind that you a baby gangster, like, you know, from Malibu, like what the hell is you doing? So do you feel like you have something more to prove and you gonna go do X, Y, and Z, which doesn't make it right? Absolutely not. Because I'm also from the age where I throw hands. So I fight. I've been beat up before. I beat behind before. I mean, you win. Look, you win or lose, you're able to fight another day, right? Like that's just where the mentality of the people that I grew up with. It was real simple. We gonna scrap it out. You live to see another day, whatever. Do I think being bullied, whether it's one time or multiple times, but then I also wonder about the bullying thing, because would the family then go on national TV and say, I reported that he was being bullied if he had never truly been bullied? So I think there's some shred of truth to that, or it could be, I went home and I told my parents that I'm being bullied. My parents went up to the school and said, who the heck is bullying my child? Y'all need to fix this. And then the school found out he was never being bullied. But so I think that because there is so many unanswered questions and so many open possibilities for what could or could not be, right? I don't want to make a deciding factor in regards to that. I can say that, number one, I was shocked that he looked like me or my kids. I was shocked. I was completely perplexed by that one. That one took me for a loop.
You and me both.
That one took me for a loop.
I knew it was just little Timmy, or little Brandon, or little Wyatt.
Yeah, and it's sad that we already have that made up in our mind, that we associate school shooting with little white kids. Like we automatically, that's the first place your mind go, because now if they would have said, "Oh, somebody got shot at a house party," I'll be like, "Oh, they probably look like me." You know what I mean? Like it also is one of those things where you're like, oh, you just automatically a school shooting with young white male. That those two just kind of is the first thought that pops into your mind. So I do think it's one of those. I think two things could be true at the same time. I think he could have told people he was being bullied, as in you tell your family you're being bullied, but in all actuality, you were a part of the bullying. So you may have been being bullied because you were bullying someone. So, that was going on. But that's how also people do at 17, 18, 19. You don't tell the full story. You tell the part of the story that is most favorable to you, which is, I'm being bullied. Now, we ain't going to talk about how I just got my man's jumped. We ain't going to talk about that, because that's irrelevant to the story. Like, that's irrelevant to the story that I'm telling my parent. Like, to my parent, I'm being bullied. They don't like me because I'm fly and all of the stuff that you afford me. So I truly believe it could be, both things could 100% be true at the same time. Now, I will say this, young man, you're going to have to do your time, sir. Like, you're just going to do your time.
Point blank, period.
You have to do your time, sir.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You took that situation, and that is that's the place you decided to go with it. So you need to also see the consequences of your actions. You just gonna have to chalk that up. I mean, like, you'll probably make it out in time for like your 35th birthday or something. Yeah. You 18.
You're young, you're virile, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, you gonna figure that out.
Let's just sit back and watch how all this plays out. I think more and more evidence is gonna come out, more and more information is gonna come out, and we're gonna find out the full truth and the whole story about this, because it's some parts that's not left out. And I'm not just okay with running with the fact that he was bullied just because mama said he was bullied. I don't believe that.
It was so.
Did you see they took his GoFundMe down?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, they took his GoFundMe down.
Instagram. He deleted his social media. They tried to.
Ain't no GoFundMe. It's gonna sit your ass down somewhere. Hope you don't go to jail, nigga.
And now, why so quick? Because think about it, if your child is in the news about shooting in school, will you so quick to put it on the media and say something about? I don't know. I don't want to be so quick. And what Lovely T was mentioning, and I said, yeah, that was kind of quick that you put it out there. You were trying to wait it out.
They hurry up and ran to you.
You trying to wait it out and see what's going on, because it said, hold up. No, don't try to go to my address. Don't try to see my face. No. You gonna try it out. No comment. No, I'm not talking about that now. But you so quick to go to the media, and because then you will flaunt your money and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be rich. We got money." I said, "Oh, okay."
Well, can we, for on the other side of the coin, do you think maybe we are stereotypically the narrative that a young Black man gets in the media is going to be extremely negative? They don't always tend to get the good edit that a young white person who shoots up a school would also receive. So do you think that is also, I need to get out and make a statement before they place these labels, assumptions, and statements on my child as well? Because let's be honest, anytime it is a young Black person who shoots, you never hear the edit that you would hear for like a Kyle Rittenhouse. You don't hear those type of edits for people who look like our children. So as much as people want to say like, oh, they jumped out too early, it's like, do I want to put my narrative out first so that therefore it gives my child a fighting chance in the media in comparison to, you already know it's going to go to the, well, he was being raised by his grandmother, where it's his parents. He came from a broken home. What was going on? Oh, yeah, she did this, but what about that?
I get that, but you can't tell other parents who that kid got shot in the school by this boy that, okay, I understand, maybe something like that. No, you can't tell me that. So what being done to address, if that was the case, what was being done to address the bullying? If the school didn't address it, that's like that. Or can you pull your kid out if they wasn't doing the right thing because you have the means? That's what I'm saying. It's as a parent, or if I'm hearing this in the thing, and I got a call, it's a mass shooting. I'll say, hold up. My first thing is say, oh, maybe the kid got bullied, then maybe he could be shooting in school. Then that's not my first thing.
I would think that too, but it's just certain things that the mother said just didn't sit right with me. When she was like, he's bullied because he has a lot of nice things and people are jealous of his nice things. It was the things that she said, and then him with the smirk and a little smile on his face as he's leaving a police station. Something just didn't, it's something not right about that. I understand mama want to get ahead of the media because she doesn't want her son to possibly get this bad rap or this bad persona or bad, about him. I get that as well too.
But usually, if we get a mass shooting, what do we normally say? Then we all say that you did step at a time. So we cannot say, because okay, we get it. It's justifiable, and that kid needs to die because he was doing it. I said that was crazy. You should have seen the amount of hate that boy was getting. He was in a deathbed. And that far in that video, and people was hating and wishing that death of that boy.
Saying horrible stuff about that boy. Yeah,
crazy. Just you got beat up. You beat the boy up who shot you. Come on.
Anyways, y'all, let's move on. The next thing we're gonna talk into, second to the last thing we're gonna get into, is British Williams. Y'all remember British Williams from Basketball Wives, LA?
Yes.
Listen, I did a nightcap on her, and I said it in my nightcap. I have never been feeling British Williams. The fact that she came out as being a scamming ass, fucking on a scamming ass, rich ass nigga don't surprise me. But let's get into it real quick about British, y'all. Okay, so British Williams, former Basketball Wives, LA. British Williams was arrested and indicted on several federal charges in a St. Louis court, okay? Some of the counts include 5 felony charges of misuse of a social security number, 4 charges of bank fraud, 3 charges of making false statements to the IRS, 3 charges of wire fraud, and 3 charges of aggravated identity theft, okay? This came about of a federal grand jury on September the 22nd. She was arrested and pled not guilty. Now, prosecutors say that she used false social security numbers in 2017 to obtain lines of credit, loans, and other frauds from multiple financial institutions. Prosecutors claimed that in 2018 and in 2019, she was spending money that didn't belong to her. She deposited multiple checks ranging from $4,500 to $5,800 into accounts that she controlled, and then withdrew the money before the banks realized that the shit was fraud. She used she claimed false dependents on her 2017, 18, and 19 tax returns, had false social security numbers. She hasn't spoken out, but her lawyers say that she's been targeted because she's a celebrity, and they're just waiting on more evidence to come out and prove that she is innocent. Now, like I said, she was not one that I liked any goddamn way. So in a way, it don't surprise me that the bitch got caught out here frauding, because she was sort of frauding in a way when she was on Basketball Wives. Everything about her was just fake and phony to me. So when this shit hit the fan, I was like, you know what? I'm not surprised, because a lot of these bitches that's on IG and a lot of these bitches that be out here at fab, living this fab life, these hoes is out here fab on fraud. And this bitch, the only difference between her and a lot of these other bitches is they got caught. Okay, Mizzle, what are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think she could go together? Because she is looking at some serious jail time, because these are federal charges, felony charges.
FBI do not play. FBI do not play. Because when they build a case on you and they come get you, it's very hard for you to disprove their case they build against you. All that charges he had was basically money charge related charges. The FBI do not play with coming at. They trace and track every freaking thing. So
they say they want their money, they get their money.
Yes. So for her to think, and that's why I tell people, yes, we see people on television, the entertainers, and she gonna talk about the NBA too, the athletes, all the artists, the actresses like that who live in that lavish lifestyle. Yes, it could be lavish. They live in a love life, but now you got to visualize how they live in that much life. Especially they not really that big of artists who making that much steady income like that, and or probably wasn't in the TV for a while, and they just have a name because they was on television for a little bit. And I was like, for her to go through all that route, and you know she's supposed to be in the upcoming season of Basketball Wives. So if this is the storyline we're gonna do, and this is gonna be play out on television, which I know they will definitely exploit, and get that. Production is going to make that money no matter way. You have a negative story or a positive story. They're gonna have a story. So I guess she might probably. I don't think she might. I don't know. Because now it's just it's crazy for her to even think that she gonna not gonna get caught. Now you might not get caught that day. You might not get caught a year ago, but you gonna get caught. And the fact that she thought she could get away with it because she had this lavish lifestyle, that's what sometimes people tell them. If you're in this television, you make that fast money, you better do something else with that money because it doesn't last. You better invest.
So my question is,
you better do something with your money, because if you go leave and have no money, and then you got to do frauding to get money to live that lifestyle that you was living a large, because you live beyond your means. That's what you was doing. Yes.
Well, you know, she was married to Lorenzo Gordon. He's a former NBA player. He played overseas. Now, when you are used to living a certain lifestyle, that lifestyle is taken away from you. You know, you gotta find some way to fund that. A lot of these hoes don't want to go to OnlyFans. They don't want to sell their feet pics. I get that. You understand?
Yeah, you don't want to do a lot of stuff, but at the same time, when you have the means to do something else to build income for yourself, because you don't know, because sometimes this lifestyle, you marry this athlete, just like that, sometimes it doesn't last for a while. Some get success stories, maybe like the Currys, they got the success story because they've been in marriage for a while, and they together, they have kids, a beautiful family, their income will be well. But some of these people don't not last in the marriage. So whatever you can, you make. Build something for yourself. That's what sometimes they tell these wives or whatever, to have something for your own. Don't always rely on the man, because you have to build something, because when that money runs dry, you don't want to. You got to fend for yourself, especially you got children and you had to take care of your children, and he's left living a life with his other wife or something like that, and you got to struggle for yourself. So for her to go through that route and do wire transfer and get fake social security social security numbers,
social security numbers,
right? All that. So that means you were really down, and that's what you probably got yourself. That's what you said. Shawnee Lynn said, "You want to come to the next season of Basketball Wives? Because you stimulate a lot of people." Oh yes, God, I need the money, and we definitely do need the money.
I wonder, were you doing this to fund and perpetrate like you have this lavish lifestyle in order to get back on Basketball Wives?
They said that too. I don't know if that's the motive, but girl, you going down. And I'm sorry. That's
Are they in the process of filming right now? I wonder, is this going to play out on TV? Damn sure hope so. If it does, I will be reviewing that this season. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what sometimes we got to be careful idolizing these people, because they could be getting you tripped up. Oh, I want to be like this. I want to be like that. Nah, it's like, everybody, yeah, we might want to get money like that, but damn, if you go that, I like my freedom. So I ain't doing nothing. There's other avenues you could get good money and have to rely on somebody. It's way much avenue for her to make. And she will have more opportunity than me, you, and Tracy have, because we don't have that opportunity, the means and the industries and the people that we met to get
Hey, speak for yourself. You don't know what I be doing. Okay? Because she remind me of a good 99-2000 scammer, honey. Back in the 99-2000, baby.
Okay.
When you would claim other people's kids on your income taxes, because that's what it's giving, okay? That's giving. That's giving fake kids on your income taxes.
We have the opportunity, so we won't do scamming, so like that. But I was like, British girl, you down. And when we talk about NBA, they going down too. So that's all I say.
Okay.
Tracy, what's your thoughts?
She's giving very much so, 99-2000 scammer. Giving very much so. I claim other people kids on my taxes. I started a small business just to take out a loan that I'm never gonna pay back because I just needed the money. Right? It's giving very much old school scammer, and I was like, baby, you can't be an old school scammer in this new age of technology, honey. Those two don't mix. Mm-hmm. Those two don't mix, baby girl, and that's your problem. You pulling old school scams on new school heifers. It don't work. It don't work. When I seen it, I was like, I know you lying. Like, I know you lying. I know you lying. I know this is not what you tried to do. Oh, this is what you did. Oh, you playing with them alphabet boys. You playing with the FBI, and more importantly, you playing with the IRS. Like, for some reason, out of all of them, the scariest one to me is the IRS, because I feel like they tip off the FBI. I feel like the IRS is the hub. It starts there, and they're like, we just want our money. But if you want to send her to jail, you can go ahead, because I just really want my money. So whatever I got to do. And I've learned one thing about the government: they move real slow to get you. They move real slow. They take their time.
Oh, yes.
They take their time, honey.
Building up evidence.
They take their time. So, baby girl, as much as you saying that, oh, this wasn't me, it could happen to any of us. Oh, no, baby girl. Oh, no. It's not going to happen to any of us. That's happening to you.
You're right.
That's happening to you, because it sounded like you like one step above, writing bad checks. Is really what it sounds like. It's like she's one step above. She's one step more cunning over writing bad checks. And I was like, oh, okay. You try this, sis. I can't not rock with you on that one. Now, when her baby dad was talking about how, she was trifling, she was this, she was that. We was like, he mad because they didn't work out and she wanted a kid. Nah, it sounded like, he knew a little more than he was talking about. Sounded like he got out,
But
he got out ahead of it.
Was his hands completely clean? Was he in it some kind of way? Because speaking of which, the NBA been out here scamming niggas too.
And he's part of it? No, I don't think so.
NBA been scamming niggas too. Shannon Brown, among 17 other former NBA players, arrested alleged defrauding NBA health and welfare benefits plan out of $4 million. Okay, now Shannon Brown ain't the only one. Glenn Big Baby Davis, Sebastian Telfair, and Greg Smith are all among NBA players that have filed fake insurance claims. Some of these niggas claim to have had the same tooth pulled on the same day by the same doctor at the same damn time. Okay, what is wrong with you niggas? This shit goes. This ranging from $65,000 all the way to $420,000. They've sought reimbursement for procedures from chiropractors and other dentists. Now they claimed, some of them even claimed to have had surgery, dental work done. I believe it was Greg Smith. is claiming reimbursement for dental work, and the nigga was actually out of the country overseas playing basketball at the time. Nigga, you wasn't even here. So how the fuck is you claiming that you got your teeth pulled and you want to get paid back for something that you ain't even got done? Now, this is how these stupid ass niggas got caught, all right? Kiki or Nene them, whoever down there work at the books, this stupid ass bitch spelling the players' names wrong. Half of the claims weren't even on letterhead. They were on regular ass, college rule ass, wide rule ass notebook paper. And they got caught when it came down to the insurance folks investigating some shit. They're like, wait a minute, how all these players, how Dr. Chops take out 15 players' teeth all at 1 o'clock on September 30th on a Friday? How that happened? That nigga got 15 rooms in his practice? How did this happen? How in the hell did all of this shit goddamn happen? So somebody over there at the either ARA or the S or whomever, they got smart, and so they started doing some investigation. They like, okay, why is Shannon's name spelled with 1 N? Ain't it supposed to have 2 N's? It's got on here his name is Green. Ain't it Brown? Kiki, Nene, whoever dumbass was is working over there, spelled people's names wrong, had shit on wrong letterheads, if they were on letterheads at all. And that's how they dumbasses got caught. My question is, how much did the doctors get paid for this fraud? Who helped them out? What other players were there? What other coaches were there? I know it wasn't just them players. Were there other people? Were there actors who do this? Like, it don't just stop there. I don't believe it just stops there. But like how we gotta be equal opportunists around here. Just like we getting on British for fucking on a scamming ass rich ass nigga. We gonna get on these NBA players for fucking on a scamming ass rich ass dentist or whatever. Mizzle, what are your thoughts on these NBA players? Monica ex-husband. She could have loaned you some money if you was doing that bad, nigga. Y'all got a baby together.
You better just one of those days. You better leave me alone. She better remix her songs. Remix her song one of those days. No, it's not on pivot.
You ain't saying about it, nigga, like how she stood by C Murder.
Well, sure. Sure. Yeah, just like them. Like I said, it's entertainers. This is the sports people, the athletes that we watch. People watch us to see and make millions and millions off of us. So you retire. And then you feel like you deserve some of that retired. Like if you go get if the funds is for retired players who get work done, and it's for the rest of your life. It's there. It's funds there.
Yes.
For your life. So when you get work done, insurance will help pay for what you pay for. It's like we don't get that opportunity.
Nope.
So if you gonna do that, and you gonna scam it, and then you go. I'm not no scammer, so I'm gonna say. Let us say if you gonna do it right. You gotta do it right. You gotta get people who know what the things like the right letterhead that the people will understand. The signatures, the doctors, it's like that. It's like people regular jobs will get doctor notes for friends and stuff like that. Excuse them asses and everything.
I gave a couple of those myself. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, bitch, you need a doctor's note. I got you, bitch.
And if you go to the hospital, say you go to the hospital and get a note. Sure, that's all they require. They don't require an investigation. Some jobs say just get a note from the doctor and they say, okay, they was here and that's it. But when you're giving out money and like I said, it takes a while. So it was like, okay, spell the names wrong. But if you see documents spelling names wrong, it's like, what? Like, what?
Who little sister working on the books, man?
Like, it's crazy. And then these people paying this stuff out. And I said, listen, if I'm going to make claims, and that's sometimes, like, the workforce don't even call the doctor to see if that person went to the doctor. That's if you're gonna be paying money, I'm calling. Shoot. Dr. Boomooning. Dr. Boomooning. Did he get his teeth done at his day or something like that? Like he faxed me that he did, like because I need to backtrack what he given. And if Dr. Boomooning say no, because sometimes they got their real names. So yeah. If Dr. Boomooning say no, then you get no money. But that is like you want to think that they will lie, but then again, you got to know the people will lie. And these retired I guess they recently retired doing this panorama, so I guess they need money. But I said, what the hell you do on the money you had? Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all spending and living a lifestyle, now you're broke, and now you down and out. You need the money. And come for people who's legit. And now you know what's going to happen to people who's trying to get money, who's legit, doing the right way. It's going to take them longer to get their money.
Yep.
Because now people like 17 people. Now they got clear up 17 claims of different claims. And if you go do something and you know you was not there and you was doing something at the time you say you got good things done, they will just free money. That's what I say. Like I said, these people, that's what I say, don't glorify these people because they're going to get you tripped up. Do not do it. They're going to get you tripped up. Just like them because they entertaining. They like them because they're good in reality TV. Like them because they're good in basketball. That's all. Do not make them in the pedestal. Do not role model them and stuff like that. Because now we coming out a lot of these people doing crazy stuff. And they say, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing. You didn't know his life unless you was living his life 24/7. You don't know what the hell they was doing. Just like them because they was entertaining you. And that's all you can really say. Not because then you will give no financial advice for them. Because clearly you can't get shit from them.
Tracy, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm just waiting on the Netflix special. I'm just waiting on the Hulu documentary. I'm just waiting on it all to come out. I'm waiting for the court cases because they talk about the one person, I can't think of the man's name right now, who was supposed to be the ringleader. I was like, so everybody gonna flip on him? They're gonna flip on him like they doing Jen Shaw. I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for this. The takedown. I think 2021 is the takedown of the fraud and celebrity. I think that's what it is. Because we got Erica. We got the Girardis on Beverly Hills, right? We got the Shaws on Salt Lake City. Now we got the NBA players and their wives. Last year we had the college, the little rich white people in the college stuff. Yeah. Listen, it's the takedown of the wealthy, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, me too.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it because I was like, I don't get to submit a claim and get reimbursed for $2 million. That's not a reimbursement I could write. I've clearly been doing something wrong in my life. Like,
you run around to get the money.
What?
So and them get it right quick. We get like 2 or 3 weeks a month before we get the money.
Thank you.
Listen, and them jokers come back and be like, I'm like, wait, it had the doctor's name and letterhead talking. We couldn't find this exact procedure type. Like, are you serious? You clearly seen that I got dental. Oh, okay. I need to go back and get some more proof. And you gonna let this heifer write it on some notebook paper? I know you. Like, what? All the work I gotta do to get my claim reimbursed. You gonna let the notebook paper go? The non-spelling notebook paper go? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was the funniest part. Like, nigga, how stupid do your dumb ass gotta be? You don't even write it on the right letterhead. And like I said, who little sister is working over there on the books? Nene Kiki and them with they stupid ass done got everybody caught up out of here, y'all. That was the list of topics that we had to talk about for tonight. Before we get out of here real quick, y'all, we got to do our little game real quick. Shout out to Mizzle. Tonight's edition is chocolate, y'all. We're going to take y'all to Chocolate City. Of course, we're going to start with the ladies. This is our game. We like to play threesome, F-buddy, and one-night stand. Tonight is R&B Soul Chocolate Edition, okay? And the first we're going to start with the ladies, okay? We have Jasmine Sullivan, Ari Lennox, and Kelly Rowland. Mizzle, I'm going to start with you. Out of these 3 ladies, if you have the choice, who would you want to be your F-buddy, your one-night stand, and somebody who you can have a threesome with? And the threesome could be with anybody you want.
Oh, my gosh.
That's hard, right? That's some good chocolate right there, ain't it?
That Jasmine Sullivan, that thickness, her stance, she looking fine. I like that. I was like, Jasmine looking good, y'all.
Jasmine is bad, yeah.
She likes like that. And I always love Kelly Rowland. Destiny Child. That's my favorite girl group. So I always love Kelly Rowland. So I would say, make Kelly Rowland my F buddy because I have an easy access to, you know, her husband's not looking bad looking either. And then Destiny Child, I get close to Beyonce and Michelle because you know they still click, they still hang out. So not sexual way, I can just hang out with her with F buddy because you know F buddies you continue to see them. So it's like we can have access and have parties and stuff like that. So I would have fun with that Kelly Rowland. So she's my F buddy. Jasmine, I would keep Jasmine as a one night stand because I have all that body for me myself. And Army Lennox, I don't know her that much, so I would do a threesome with her with somebody else, and we could share her. It's like that. She definitely look good. She definitely look good here, but I don't know her like that, so I was just gonna share her with somebody else. But the other two is looking great.
Tracy,
just so you understand, you hear him talking about cheating on me, right? So we go on marriage boot camp. We go on marriage boot camp.
We got it documented. It's already documented.
Yes. You know, I be thinking ahead, honey. I be thinking ahead.
We already got it documented, sis. We got you, girl. He been cheating.
Cheating. So see now this. Oh man, this is hard. So if I look at it in this context, if I do.
Now listen, if you have Kelly for the F buddy, Kelly is basically up there with the upper echelon of black.
I know exactly, and that's what Mizzle said. I was like, man, listen. Okay, now although I would love for Jasmine to sing me to sleep every night. Yeah. When I think about this, and I could be at the Rock Nation brunch. You know what I mean? Like I could be at the Rock Nation brunch. You know, with my BFF Kelly, we just pretending to be friends, but we really scissoring at night. I mean, the circle sis runs in. You know, the circle of friends sis runs in just seems very, it seems very good. I mean that circle of friends seems very, like the creme de la creme. So I think, I'm gonna have to get my scissor sister powers activated, and it's just gonna have to be me and Kelly. It's gonna have to be me and Kelly. Now, see, all right. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm going to do. Listen. So listen the way the mind works, right? Okay. So I'm gonna do Ari and Jasmine in a threesome. And then double back one more time and hit Jasmine again.
That makes sense. I like that, Tracy. You playing chess, boo. You playing chess. I like that. I think I'd have to do the same thing. Definitely for sure, Kelly is going to be my F buddy because ultimately my girl is Yoncé. That's ultimately my goal is Yoncé. You know what I'm saying? If I can't get to Yoncé, I'll take Jay. That's ultimately my goal.
That's money. Like, come on.
I will take Mr. Camel. Camel smokes man any day, okay? Because ultimately my goal is Yoncé, all right? But now, y'all, that's the ladies, y'all. This one is going to be kind of hard right here. We got Tyrese, Tank, and Usher. Now listen, Tank, Tyrese, and Usher are my three top. Aside from OT Genesis, a lot of people don't like OT Genesis. I love OT Genesis. But when it comes to chocolate men, this is just beautiful to look at. It's very, very appealing to me.
You picked some nice pictures.
And I made sure to put in the Google search engine, chocolate men with shirts off, no shirt, okay? Now look here, let me tell y'all something. If I had to do this, my F buddy would be Tyrese. The reason why I say that, the only thing that would bother me is I know he's a little emotional, you know what I'm saying? He can be a little emotional from here and there. I would just want a one-night stand with Tank just because I still ain't forgot about what he said about you ain't got the I ain't forgot about what you said. So that lets me know that you like to dabble in the man pond, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna just get that one time out the way just so I can say that I did it. Now, Usher, I'd like to do a threesome with Usher and Tyrese if I could. You know, but Tyrese would be my F buddy just because he can sing to me. I know he's going to be emotional and he's going to tell me exactly what his feelings are. Me being a Cancer, I love to talk about emotions. Okay, so I like that. As long as he don't break down and start crying and all that, and he don't try to shave my vagina online, then we'll be okay. I don't need the world seeing all that. But yeah, that would be my choice because, babe, I love me some Tyrese. But Mizzle, who you got, though? I'm just going to stare at Tyrese while you talking.
I be like, Monique, lie these niggas up. Your turn.
Your turn.
All right. Just because Tyrese, not Tyrese, Tank said what he said. I don't know why people clown him for what he said. He said, listen, experimenter. Everybody experimenting in their time in their life, whether you do it fully or whether you watch it or so like that. It's like that. So
you possibly
have a good time with Tank and probably cause Tank can send me ass off. He's a nice body, he's good and all that stuff with assets. He does acting here and there. And I don't tell you. So and if he want to do a little hook, that's what Tank says he like to explore. He could do threesomes every now and then. So we could do F Buddy and do threesomes with different people. So hey, it is what it is. So we take is good for F Buddy. Usher. Yeah, I think I would do threesome with Usher. I'll do threesome with Usher. Share him now because I can't be. Listen. I do one night stand. He getting me hooked. We can't be. You got it bad up in here, so we can't.
Okay,
you got it bad. Somebody else.
I'm gonna be a bad girl. Oh,
that bad. I be Beyonce. No, we can't do that. So we need that shit. That did because I can't be hooked all by myself.
Lay out, man. Don't play with me.
I don't really like Tyrese like that, but look, I ain't say that I don't like him because like that. It's all right. But yeah, I'm doing one night stand with Tyrese because I probably could save all that chocolate for myself and all that stuff like that for one night stand. But I would do Tank for F Buddy, Usher for threesome, and one night stand for Tyrese.
Who you got, Tracy? I know Tracy's gonna say something crazy. Who you got, Tracy?
StreamYard don't want me to be great, but anyways,
you know you finna talk shit. StreamYard,
so let me tell you how this works, right? So, regardless of what y'all may think, right? I can only do Usher for the one time when his STDA flaring up. So, I got to plan that accordingly. Mm-hmm. So it can only be the one time. We just gonna pray and wear condoms and give it to God. Hopefully you can make that work out for me. Keep me safe and covered. Yep. So I can only do it that one time. Now, see, I can't. Oh man, Tyrese. I don't have a problem with you crying, but I feel like you're going to go on the internet and spread my business. And I just can't have that. Like, I can't have that. That is just not going to work. So, for that fact alone, Tyrese, I'm going to have to throw you in a threesome. But if I'm going to throw you in a threesome, I'm going to throw you in there with Jasmine Sullivan because that just seems like a real good time. I'm going to pull from the last category because that seemed real fun. And then Tank, we just gonna have to work this out. And you can experiment all you want with other stuff you gotta do. Just sing to me at night, get me in the circles that you got going on. I don't mind being anybody's beard, baby. I'm cool. I don't talk too much. I'm good. I am good. I have no problems. Shoot.
Yes, Renee. Usher with an umbrella only.
Umbrella only.
With an umbrella only, or if he wants to perform an oral transaction, he can do that as well. But only would be Brittany. Tank is, but it's something about Tank that gives me bitch vibes. bitch boy vibes about him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's done something. I don't know if I know somebody that he knows somebody or something. I don't know if maybe I had a bad dream about this nigga, but it's something about Tank that he, you know what it is? He the type of nigga, if I knew him in real life, me and him would have got into it in some kind of way. I don't know how, but me and this nigga, I don't know if we was co-workers, we would have got into it, or if he was the neighbor, we would have got into it or something. But it would just be from the fact that it's sexual frustration. Like, nigga, fuck you, because I want to fuck you.
I look, see,
I don't know. Like, he ain't somebody I want to be affectionate with. I just want to punch him in the face.
Tay won't tell your business unless specifically asked, right? Tyreesha is gonna feel some type of way and get on the internet and spread your whole vagina out as he's shaving it. I mean,
that's the thing, though. As long as we don't record nothing, it's his word against mine.
Oh, you know he good at recording stuff and crying on the internet, telling everybody your business.
I'm not the celebrity in this, so I'm gonna have that nigga sign an NDA, nigga. I don't need you exposing
not me.
Not my punani, not Miss Cookie, okay? I'm gonna need you to sign an NDA just because I don't need nothing get out about me though. Okay?
You want to sign this paper. If you want to sign a love making,
okay. You sign this paper, it's gonna be on and popping, but y'all, oh, they just look so beautiful. Bitch, I'm tongue-tied. Tyrese for me so he can sing to me on a bus. Always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Baby! Tyrese can sing to me the alphabet. He can sing to me the Coca-Cola. He can sing to me goddamn the backyardigans. We're drifting through the bush. I don't give a damn.
Well, teach my punctuation again. Junction, partial speech. I forgot. Teach that to me.
Y'all some perverts. Y'all nasty. We're gonna get on up out of here. I'm getting ready. Let me drop Mizzle's channel. Mizzle's getting ready to go live on his IG. What you gonna be talking about, Mizzle?
We're gonna do the watch along for season 5, Ready to Love. I know a lot of us watch that show. Season 5, Ready to Love. And it's gonna be the pre-casted special. So I think they did for last year. I don't know if they did for the first 3 seasons, but I know last year they did the pre-casted special. They did singles, like biography, like a little intro about them. So you get a little background on how they're gonna be, what you think is like. You look at the player vibes like that. On my live last 2 weeks ago, I did the first question with the pictures. This time we get a background story in the casting special to see, okay, now what's going on? Or this person been married this couple of times. This is this. So now we get to see that and how that plays into the season and all that stuff. So now we get a second first impression of these couples. So yeah, we'll watch that tonight. So give me a little few minutes, get us ready. And when I get live, you got my Instagram, follow me. It will alert y'all to what I'm getting online, and let's watch it together, y'all. Let's watch the couples and let's critique them. Because some of them, I watched it already, but I want to watch it again because I said, oh, some of them is going to be something. It's going to be a drama-filled episode season.
I love a good drama-filled episode, okay?
Yes. And then tomorrow we're going to cast a special in the Marriage Boot Camp with my live at 8 o'clock Eastern. So usually I don't do live on Mondays, but I wanted to do it because I want to get it out.
Yes, and I just dropped Mizzle's YouTube channel as well. What you talking about tomorrow, Mizzle?
Marriage Boot Camp and the casting special. So tonight we're gonna do the watch along with it, and we're gonna make our comments. But tomorrow we're going live. Now we can fully say what we want to say about these people.
So make sure you are following him on IG, as well as make sure you are subscribed to his YouTube channel. Always make sure you guys are checking out my community posts as well. Anything that Mizzle puts up, I'm promoting it, I'm shouting it out, sharing it. So make sure you are subscribed to his channel. You got your notification bells turned on, and you are also following him on IG because he is way more consistent than I am when it comes to putting out these videos, staying consistent on this IG and all that stuff, okay? I appreciate y'all for coming here and kicking with us on a Sunday night. Some of y'all are off tomorrow. Bitch, I'm not. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. It's all good, though. I'm going to make my little old coin dealers and call it a day. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been doing anything else on a Sunday night, but y'all came here and kicked it with us. And I appreciate y'all. So until next time, we will see y'all next Sunday. Same time, same place. Real Queens, Real Talk, Legitimate Perspective. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good week. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, like RuPaul say, how the hell you going to love somebody else? Okay?
Amen. Amen.
You have a question or need some advice? Send us an email at RealQueensRealTalk@gmail.com. And remember, you can always remain anonymous.